Hey everyone, Firescale Audiobooks here. If there's a novel you'd love to hear more of, you can support us on Patreon or Ko-fi. Depending on your tier, I'll make extra parts just for the stories you're most excited about. Usually I can only upload 4 to 5 parts of each novel, but with your support we can go beyond that. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps more than you know.
Kamio Academy, Grade 2, Class B back row window seat, the king's hometown. During class, Lin Xiu was sleeping on the table. The teacher clearly saw that Lin Xiu was sleeping, but had no intention of waking him up. Being able to sleep in class without being disturbed is Lin Xiu's right as the top student in the grade. Perhaps it was uncomfortable to sleep on the table. Lin Xiu had a rare dream. In the dream, Lin Xiu recalled the magnificent view he saw yesterday after school. As the sun sets, a beautiful girl with crimson hair opens the white window of the old school building. Red, very red. That red, as bright and dazzling as blood, casts a noble crimson gold hue under the golden sunset light. The breeze brushed across the girl's noble and delicate face, lifting her long hair, making her look as beautiful as an oil painting. Rias Senpai is the woman who can be my girlfriend. As a man, you should find a beautiful girlfriend like Rias Senpai. In front of the extremely beautiful girl, Lin Xiu showed a style comparable to that of Xiang Yu, the king of Chu, and Liu Bang, the first emperor of Han. Why do we have to choose between a real man should live like this, and he can replace him? I want them all. Perhaps Lin Xiu's desires were too simple and direct. After sighing, Lin Xiu heard a mechanical sound in his head. Ding. The host's willpower purity has been detected to be up to standard. The system is activated. Congratulations to the host for activating the heterodox protagonist system. As long as the host does things that are worthy of being a heterodox protagonist or completes the heterodox quests issued by the system, they will receive quest rewards. Ding! It has been detected that the host possesses the artifact, Red Dragon Emperor's Gauntlet. The Red Dragon Emperor's consciousness has been erased. The system is correcting its weaknesses and unlocking its permissions. Weakness correction. 1 removed dragon weaknesses 2 doubled and automatically saved every 10 seconds. Initially, there's no need to escape to accumulate the doubled times. 3. The souls of all previous Red Dragon Emperors have been crystallized separately. Using Tyrant Dragon will not be affected by the previous Red Dragon Emperors. 4. Unrestricted permissions. Once the artifact's development reaches a certain level, you can use the Forbidden Hand, Tyrant Dragon, and the Red Dragon Emperor's original power without any shackles. Ding! Generating newbie rewards based on the host situation. Ding! Congratulations to the host for receiving the novice reward. A chance to defeat the unharmed Tyrant Dragon. 1 chance to use Tyrannosaurus without taking any damage. As the name suggests, you can ignore any conditions and use Tyrannosaurus without taking any damage. For the Red Dragon Emperor's host, Tyrant Dragon is an absolutely forbidden move. Not only are the activation conditions harsh, requiring a high level of artifact development, but it also has significant side effects. But correspondingly, Tyrannosaurus can unleash terrifying power that is enough to kill gods and destroy Buddhas. The opportunity to use Tyrannosaurus without taking any damage allows the host to calmly deal with almost any dangerous situation. When the system prompt sounded, Lin Xiu's mind was in chaos, and a large number of mixed memories hit his brain. Is that his memory of his past life? Is he a time traveler? System, and this memory is... Lin Xiu was startled awake and suddenly looked up at the podium. Under Lin Xiu's oppressive gaze, the teacher who was giving the lecture suddenly lost his momentum. Lin Xiu-jun, what's wrong? Am I disturbing you by lecturing too loudly? No, it's nothing. Please continue your lesson, Tilda. Lin Xiu no longer had any thoughts of sleeping and began to admire the cherry blossoms outside the window. While admiring the beautiful scenery outside the window, Lin Xiu sorted out the information in his mind. I see, I actually came across a DxD world. The dangers and opportunities in this world are both top tier, but thankfully the system gave me a novice bonus, which gave me the capital to protect myself right from the start. In 30 years, this world will be invaded by the EXE world. By then, even top masters like the Red Dragon God Emperor will be in danger of death. If for no other reason, just to survive the disaster 30 years from now, Lin Xiu needs to keep getting stronger. Taking advantage of the remaining time of the last class, Lin Xiu began to think about what he should do next. Become a follower of Rias or Sona. Sona treats her followers very well, and Rias is even more doting on her followers. However, in the eyes of the higher-level demons in the underworld, followers are either dogs or property. If there is no awakening system, you can do this. But if you have the system and still become someone else's follower, doesn't that mean you are born to be a dog? What? Becoming a dependent gives you early security, and access to the water, and easier ways to pick up girls. Lin Xiu could only say that he already had security measures. As for the proximity to water, if he could only pick up girls near a place with a lot of girls, he might as well go out and be killed by good luck. Of course, even if they are not my relatives or not, I still have to establish a good relationship with these two people. Lin Xiu was quite greedy for Rias and Sona, as well as their beautiful female followers. Ding dong, tilde ding 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 dong, the school bell rang. As the ringtone rang, the system prompt sound also rang in Lin Xiu's mind. Bite. Congratulations to the host for triggering the plot mission, Amano Yuuma's confession. Mission level. Green levels from low to high are green, blue, purple, gold, red, and colorful. Mission description. The fallen angels have powerful artifact detection technology. Even if the host's artifact has not awakened, they can still detect the host. Currently, Amano Yuuma has received the mission to search for the artifact on the host and is gearing up to complete the investigation. Quest requirements. Accept Amano Yuuma's confession in a way different from the original plot. Triggered the system task? But isn't this mission too simple? Just accept the confession and that's it. Isn't this a free gift? Lin Xiu had originally planned to accept Amano Yuuma's confession. Ding tilde, as the master of the evil protagonist system, please try to make choices different from the original plot protagonist, thereby changing the direction of the world. If you simply accept the confession like the original protagonist, your evil index will be very low, and the green level reward may even be downgraded to white. I see. So, this system has a pretty high degree of freedom. Lin Xiu quickly packed her school bag and prepared to leave the classroom. Because, if he guessed correctly, Amano Yuuma should be waiting for him at the school gate. However, before leaving, a beautiful brown-haired girl wearing glasses gave him a playful smile. Hey tilde Lin Xiu-jun, you look good today tilde. The current Lin Xiu-jun is 1 centimeter taller than the Lin Xiu-jun this morning tilde. The brown-haired beauty is named Kuryu Eika, a famous nympho and data master in the original plot. The protagonist's good brother can tell a girl's cup size at a glance, and she can tell a boy's diameter and length at a glance. Not only has the length increased by 1 centimeter, the diameter has also increased by 0.3 centimeters. Lin Xiu-kun is in superb shape tilde. Kuryu Lanhua lightly covered her red lips and teased Lin Xiu unscrupulously. Normally, Lin Xiu would definitely shake her head helplessly at her. But now, after awakening the memories of his past life and the evil system, Lin Xiu can only tease back directly. I'm in good shape today. What's the matter, Kuryu-san? Do you want to taste it yourself? Want to taste it yourself? Hearing Lin Xiu's unprecedentedly bold answer, Kuryu Lanhua stood there in a daze. Is it okay? Can she taste it? No, that's not right. Why would Lin Xiu-jun give such an unusual answer? Did he take medicine? Couldn't he hold it in anymore? So should she help Lin Xiu-jun solve the problem? No, that's not right. It should be, should she find someone to help Lin Xiu-jun solve it? Lin Xiu was very satisfied with Kuryu Eika's reaction. Are nymphomaniacs scary? What is this innocent nymphomaniac who has never been in a relationship pretending to be? If Kuryu-san doesn't want to try it yourself, I'll leave now. Having said that, Lin Xiu threw her handbag over her shoulder and left the classroom under Kuryu Eika's doubtful gaze. The sun sets. Lin Xiu threw the bag over his shoulder and walked out of the school gate in a very cool manner. As Lin Xiu expected, he was blocked by a black-haired, beautiful girl on the overpass not far from the school gate. With exquisite appearance, pure temperament, beautiful purple eyes, black waist-length hair, and a JK uniform, everyone will admit that this is a JK beauty full of youthfulness. Even though Lin Xiu had known that he would meet Amano Yuuma, he couldn't help but be overwhelmed by the charm displayed by Amano Yuuma at this moment. F***K, my little head is controlling my big head for a moment. Is this the bad nature of men? Biting the tip of his tongue, Lin Xiu quickly returned to the situation where the small head controlled the big head, and information about Amano Yuuma emerged in his mind. Yuuma Amano, whose real name is Linari, is a female mid-level fallen angel stationed in Jewtown on the side of the fallen angels. In the original plot, she accepted orders from the fallen angel superiors to approach the original male protagonist, Is Hyodu, to observe whether there was any special existence on his body. So, she changed her name to Amano Yuuma and confessed her love to the original male protagonist. How could a virgin who had never been in love resist the charm of Amano Yuuma? In this way, Amano Yuuma easily became his girlfriend, and while having a joking date with the original male protagonist, she was gathering intelligence. Finally, after confirming that there was nothing wrong with Hyodu Issei, she lost her playful nature and killed Hyodu Issei in the sunset. Lin Xiu knew that what Amano Yuuma was going to do to him was most likely the same as in the original plot. And he had already made his choice. Please, may I ask, are you Lin Xiu from Juwang Academy? Amano Yuuma raised her head, her watery purple eyes were particularly charming. Well, I'm Lin Xiu, who are you? My name is Amano Yuuma, and I'm a student at Juwang City Roman 20 Middle School. I see Lin Xiu often passing by here alone, so I want to ask her a question. Lin Xiu, are you dating someone now? Dating someone. I don't have one, Amano-san, why are you asking? Lin Xiu showed the usual surprise of a boy when someone confessed their love to him. Not seeing anyone? That's great. Amano Yuuma clasped her hands together in front of her chest, perfectly showing the look of a girl in love. I've liked Lin Xiu for a long time. Excuse me, Lin Xiu. Can you date me? Amano Yuma's plump red lips were slightly opened, and her moving purple eyes were full of nervousness and anticipation, coupled with the beautiful sunset above the overpass. Not to mention ordinary men, even if Lin Xiu was prepared, he couldn't help but be overwhelmed by the charm displayed by Amano Yuuma at this time. Yes, I like Amano-san too. Please be sure to date me, Amano-san. Lin Xiu replied as planned. Really? That's great. From now on, we'll be lovers, Tilda. Amano Yuuma smiled shyly and fixed her hair in a slightly unnatural manner. This unnatural shyness was undoubtedly part of her acting. No, Amano-san, I think we are still one important step away from becoming lovers. As she said that, Lin Xiu took the initiative to hold Amano Yuma's hand. But didn't Lin Xiu-jun already accept my confession? What's left? Amano Yuuma gave a stiff smile, trying her best to suppress the urge to throw Lin Xiu's hand away. You lowly human. Don't touch her noble body so casually, B*******D. Just one more step. As he spoke, Lin Xiu suddenly exerted force with both hands and pulled Amano Yuuma into his arms. Huh! Before she could say anything, Amano Yuma's red lips were sealed by Lin Xiu. Speak, Amano Yuuma actually wanted to speak. The key point is that as soon as she opened her mouth, the B*******D climbed up the pole, directly pushed open her teeth, and continued to go deeper. Amano Yuuma confessed to him on the overpass outside Jew Academy, which is very close to Jew Academy. At such a close distance, Amano Yuuma would never dare to reveal her identity as a fallen angel. It was because he had figured this out that Lin Xiu dared to take the girl's first kiss openly. Bite! Congratulations to the host for completing the story mission, Amano Yuma's confession. Quest requirements. Accept Amano Yuma's confession in a way different from the original plot. Task level, green. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward. Pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline, green. Pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline. The pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline passed down from the first generation of Leviathan. After possessing the Leviathan bloodline, the affinity for water energy will be greatly enhanced, and at the same time, control over the ocean will be gained. The green quality Leviathan bloodline is slightly weaker in strength than the ordinary pure-blooded demons of the underworld. But because it is a bloodline rewarded by the system, its purity even surpasses that of ordinary superior Leviathans. Note, the bloodline rewarded by the system will remove all weaknesses of the original bloodline. Ding tilde congratulations to the host for obtaining the pure blood Leviathan bloodline. With the bloodline bonus, the host's strength has been upgraded to a mid-level lower demon. A mid-level lower level demon. Not bad, huh? Lin Xiu was in a pretty good mood after surpassing the power limit of ordinary people in one breath and becoming a so-called mythical creature. Although a low-level demon doesn't sound that impressive, he is the Red Dragon Emperor. As long as he can use the artifact well, even at the low-level demon stage, he can unleash the strength of a high-level demon. On the other side, it's Amano Yuuma's side. Originally, she had gradually immersed herself in the deep kiss with Lin Xiu, and her consciousness was gradually becoming blurred. But as they kissed, she felt the magic of Leviathan lingering around Lin Xiu. What's going on? With the sudden sense of crisis in her mind, Amano Yuuma barely managed to escape from the situation where she was confused and dazed by the kiss. I heard that many people awaken their powers when they become overly emotional. So, Lin Xiu was so excited when she kissed me that she suddenly woke up. To awaken his powers by kissing a girl, this man is truly a freak. Wait. From this perspective, Lin Xiu really does like me. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so excited that he awakened directly. No, I can't let him kiss me anymore. My brain is almost unable to think. Female fallen angels can be roughly divided into two types. The first type of female fallen angel fell from heaven because of carnal desires, and after falling from heaven, they also pursued carnal desires, often seducing men of other races. The second type of female fallen angels fell from heaven for various other reasons. After falling from heaven, except for their bad and paranoid personalities, they still maintained the same innocence as when they were angels. Yeah, that kind of clear, stupid feeling. Obviously, Amano Yuuma, who felt powerless after being kissed, belongs to the second type. Using all her strength, Amano Yuuma finally pushed away Lin Xiu, who was kissing her to her heart's content. Looking at the lost Lin Xiu, Amano Yuuma was angry and helpless. The strangest thing was that she actually felt a little happy in her heart. Because through this incident, she could confirm that Lin Xiu liked her very much. Otherwise, he wouldn't have awakened his power while kissing her. Of course, although she was happy, Amano Yuuma had not yet accepted the fact that she had lost her first kiss. Lin Xiu-jun, see you on the rooftop after school tomorrow. After pushing Lin Xiu away, Amano Yuuma covered her face and left the overpass without looking back. Lin Xiu was savoring what had just happened and looked up in the direction where Amano Yuuma had left. Amano-san, you just confessed to me, but I haven't responded yet. Actually, I like you too. Amano Yuuma obviously heard Lin Xiu's reply because her plump and white thighs crossed faster. Seeing Amano Yuuma's panicked look as she almost fell, Lin Xiu couldn't help but laugh out loud. On the other side, Juwang College. Rias was rushing to the student council room. Just now, an extremely pure-blooded demonic magic power erupted outside Juwang Academy. After dual verification by her and her queen, Akino Heimjima, they have determined the nature and source of this magic power. At this moment, she was about to inform this matter to another pure-blooded demon who managed Juwang Town with her. Bang! Unceremoniously opening the mahogany door, Rias strode towards Sona's seat. Sona, do you feel it? That breath coming from outside Ku Academy? Rias said as she walked. Yes, Rias, I sensed that presence as well. I had already gathered information on that classmate before you arrived. Sitting on the student council president's chair, a cool and beautiful girl wearing glasses calmly adjusted her glasses. Huh! Rias was stunned. Sona was worthy of being Sona. She thought much more carefully than her. Sona, have you investigated the information? How is it? Is there anything unusual about that classmate? Rias asked again. In front of Rias, Sona read out the information that she had just retrieved from the student council's database. That person's name is Lin Xiu. He attends the same Ju Wang College as us. His grades are quite good, almost matching my record from the lower grades. As for the all-important question of his background, the information shows that his parents died young, and his name is quite innocent. He has absolutely no connection to the old demon Lord Leviathan faction. In other words, he's most likely a half-blood demon whose bloodline suddenly reverted to its ancestral lineage. His ancestors might have had some connection with the Leviathan lineage. The data is right here, and Sona can only make reasonable predictions based on the data. Is that so, Tilda, then? It seems that his bloodline awakening was just a coincidence, and not some conspiracy of the old Demon King faction. Rias breathed a sigh of relief temporarily. It's normal for Rias and Sona to be so nervous. Because she and Sona are both sisters of the current Demon King, and are naturally hostile to the old Demon King who was ousted by the current Demon King. Now, Lin Xiu's identity has been confirmed. He is not a spy of the old Demon King. He is just a half-blood demon who accidentally awakened his demon bloodline. After reaching this conclusion, the one who felt the most relaxed was actually Sona. Because her sister took the position of Demon King from the previous Demon King Leviathan. If the old Demon Lord Leviathan faction has any conspiracy, there is a 99% chance that it is targeting her. However, Sona's relief only lasted a few hours. A few hours later, looking at the reply from the underworld, Sona was stunned. Tomorrow, the higher-ups in the underworld will conduct a blood test on Lin Xiu. Please ask the 2 pure-blooded demons stationed in Juwang Town to bring him to the student council room at the appointed time. After the bloodline test is completed, if it is confirmed that the person possesses Leviathan bloodline, and the bloodline purity exceeds 50%, the underworld will facilitate their marriage with the current demon King Leviathan's sister, Kangna City. Seeing the blank engagement that came along with the news, Kangna felt terrible. Sona, WTF. She had just managed to get rid of her last fiancé, and the upper echelons of the underworld had already sent her a new one. And the most infuriating thing is that she was the one who reported the new fiancé. No, we have to find a way. Kangna supported himself on the table with his hands, his white and tender thighs crossed, and he gradually fell into a state of contemplation. The other side, Lin Xiu also felt that he was being spied on. I was indeed a little too excited just now, and I didn't control the Leviathan bloodline that had just awakened. Normally, awakening bloodline would not have such a big fluctuation. Amano Yuuma was right about one thing. Although Lin Xiu didn't make her blood boil when he kissed her, she was indeed quite excited. If I'm not mistaken, the eyes that are spying on me now are from Rias and Sona's followers. Lin Xiu walked, feeling the prying eyes around him. It wasn't until we were 1 kilometer away from the school that these prying eyes completely disappeared. It seems that Rias and Sona have completed their initial testing of me. That's right. Even I think I'm suspicious, let alone Rias and Sona. Rias and Sona will most likely report my identity, and the 4 current Demon Kings will probably do something about my being a pure-blooded Leviathan. In any case, we should be able to get concrete results tomorrow. Just as he was thinking, Lin Xiu's thoughts were interrupted by a sharp and fiery gaze. Look up. Under the streetlight, a white-haired man in strange clothes was giving him a strange smile. The white-haired man was dressed as a priest, and his smile was very ruffian, making people want to punch him in the face. Hello, my name is Fried, and I'm a priest who's out for a pleasant hunt in this Juwang town. Although he was introducing himself, a sinister smile appeared on Fried's face. As Fried introduced himself, Lin Xiu heard the system's notification tone in his mind. Bite. Congratulations to the host for triggering the plot mission, First Blood. Task level, green. Task description. The white-haired priest is a man of strong professional ethics. After realizing that something is wrong with his boss, he decisively chooses to take action against the target. It's a pity that no matter how clever a cannon fodder character is, he is still just cannon fodder. Quest requirements. Kill the white-haired priest Fried. Are you acting on your own because you think it might satisfy your boss? Fried, you really are free tilde. Lin Xiu frowned and secretly brewed the Leviathan magic that had just awakened. No, 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 young man, please don't misunderstand me. Fried, am not the kind of person who likes to please his superiors. Fried waved his hands hurriedly. The reason I attacked you wasn't just because I thought you were suspicious, but also because I wanted to see if the always proud fallen angel Linali would show any sadness after witnessing your death. Fried keenly observed that something was not right with Linali. It's really abnormal that he still wants to continue dating Lin Xiu next time. It's so delightful that the always proud fallen angel is so shaken by the opposite S*X tilde hahaha tilde tilde tilde. Bang. Halfway through laughing, Fried suddenly attacked, raised his hand to the light gun at his waist, and instantly fired a hip shot. However, Lin Xiu was well prepared for this. Boost, the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet instantly appeared. The light bullet from the light gun hit the solid red-gold caged hand, turned into a light spot and dissipated, without causing any effective damage to Lin Xiu. Pretending to laugh, but actually preparing for a sneak attack. Fried, aren't you being too low? Lin Xiu replied coldly. He was on full alert the moment he saw Fried. How could he be easily ambushed by Fried? I didn't expect you to have such good combat awareness. That's fine. Hunting would be pointless if the prey didn't struggle. Fried stuck out his tongue and licked his face wildly for a week, then raised the priest's standard equipment, the lightsaber, and launched an attack on Lin Xiu. Swoosh! Faced with Fried's amazing speed, Lin Xiu could only rely on his innate fighting instinct to barely cope. Bang, bang, bang. Fortunately, the Red Dragon Emperor's amplification was very violent. With his strength doubled to the peak of the lower-level demon, Lin Xiu was able to defend against Fried's slash, even though he had no combat experience. The lightsaber containing divine power was firmly grasped by Lin Xiu's caged hands. Fried was shocked to find that the strength of this young man, who had just awakened the power of the devil, was even greater than his own. Boost, while wrestling with Fried, the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet flashed a green light again, and Lin Xiu's strength was doubled. After realizing this, Fried decisively gave up his lightsaber and tried to retreat with his lightsaber in hand. At the moment when Fried leaped backwards, Lin Xiu grabbed Fried's lightsaber. Transfer Securute's gift. Swoosh. Under the effect of gift from the Red Dragon Emperor, the lightsaber in Lin Xiu's hand instantly extended several times. No, it's not just the length. The concentration and sharpness of the lightsaber's holy power have also been strengthened several times. The enhanced lightsaber smoothly cut through the center line of Fried's body, like a hot knife cutting through butter. Varied. Before he could finish his words, Fried's body, which was cut in half vertically, could no longer support itself and collapsed to the ground, leaving only 2 pieces of twitching flesh. Bite. Congratulations to the host for completing the story mission, First Blood. Quest requirements: kill the white-haired priest Fried. Task level: green. Bite. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, True Water Breathing green. True Water Breathing, a breathing method specially modified in the high magic world. Normal breathing involves breathing air, altering the distribution of oxygen molecules to strengthen muscles and physique. This modified breathing method breathes in the spiritual energy of nature, awakening the essence of the bloodline to enhance the attributes and power of skills. The basic moves are the same as the original water breathing. If the user's skills are quite advanced, they can also research many moves on their own. Note, when the user's own attribute is water, the power of true water breathing will be greatly enhanced. Water breathing. It seems to suit my Leviathan bloodline tilde. By Fried. After the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet was strengthened a few more times, Lin Xiu used magic bullets to completely destroy Fried's body. The next day, Lin Xiu got up early. As soon as he got up, Lin Xiu couldn't wait to summon the magic weapon. The Securute's gauntlet. Boost in response to Lin Xiu's call, a red and gold gauntlet instantly appeared, and the entire room was illuminated by the green light representing the Red Dragon Emperor. The reason why Lin Xiu summoned the Red Dragon Emperor's caged hand, besides wanting to make sure that he wasn't dreaming yesterday, was most importantly, to do morning exercises. He knew very well that having the system and the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet did not mean everything would be fine. Even if there is a chance to kill Tyrant Dragon without any harm, there are still too many strong people in this world who can kill him. Moreover, there is only one chance to defeat Tyrannosaurus Rex without any damage, and you never know when it will be used up. In the early part of the story, he had no time to rest until his strength reached the level of Demon King. In fact, last night, Lin Xiu went to bed early because he had been training his magic too much. Before he got the right training method, he could only adopt the most basic training methods of using magic hard and exploring the simplest attack and defense methods of magic. In this way, from 6 in the morning to 8:30, Lin Xiu has been practicing magic and artifacts. 2.5 hours later, Lin Xiu was exhausted. Looking at the magic power growing in his body, Lin Xiu breathed a sigh of relief. As expected of a pure demon bloodline, I've only trained it a little, and I've already achieved quite remarkable results. Of course, the main reason I can achieve such a rapid improvement is because I am currently relatively weak. The weaker your strength is, the stronger your bloodline is, and the faster your strength will increase. If my bloodline level had always been green, I would definitely not be able to increase at this speed in the later stages. Lin Xiu was not going to get carried away just because he had advanced to a higher level. He knew very well that in this world where everyone was cheating, there were still too many dangers waiting for him. I can't take it anymore. Just thinking about fighting the evil god of the EXE world in 30 years makes me sick. Lin Xiu felt exhausted when he thought about the pressure from the EXE world above him, which could easily kill the Red Dragon God Emperor by sending out his followers. Just as he sighed like this, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound. Bite. Congratulations to the host for triggering the evil event wanting to be cured. Quest level, blue right arrow color. Mission description. While knowing a lot of intelligence from the start is certainly beneficial, it also places a great deal of pressure on the host. When faced with immense pressure, it's essential to not relieve it. Men will feel greatly healed when they rest their heads on the thighs of a beautiful girl. As everyone knows, the Gremory family is a well-known, loving family in the underworld. If the host could rest his head on the thighs of a beautiful girl from the Gremory family, he would definitely find great comfort. Quest requirements. Obtain the knee pillows of 3 Gremory family members. Note, each knee pillow you receive will give you 1 chance to win a prize. When performing knee pillow, the higher the host's healing degree and satisfaction, the higher the reward level obtained. Looking at the newly released tasks of the system, Lin Xiu held down his arm, which was twitching slightly due to the exercise of decisiveness. As expected of a system that's known as the evil protagonist, the missions it issues are simply unorthodox. But knee pillow ... Ria's thighs are truly exquisite. I really want to rest my head on them. If I smash my head hard into Ria's thigh, it will definitely cause a wave of flesh, right? Besides Ria's, Venilana, and the first Gremory's knee pillows should also feel very good. Knee pillows are designed to rest on the thighs, and this should be quite consistent with the girls in the DxD world. They actually issued such a perverted task. This evil system is really too evil. Having said that, the task issued by the system really aroused Lin Xiu's desire to have a lap pillow. Men are always self-reliant, but in addition to being self-reliant, men also need the comfort of women. After dinner, Lin Xiu practiced his magic and the use of magic tools intensively, then washed up and prepared to go to school. Anyway, let's aim for someone's lap pillow first. We're already in the DxD world, how can we not pick up girls? If picking up girls didn't also require strength, Lin Xiu would definitely prefer picking up girls rather than practicing. It's a pity that this is the DxD world, not an ordinary H***I world. Otherwise, Lin Xiu would definitely regard picking up girls as the main task. On the way to school, Lin Xiu practiced the concentration and use of magic power while walking. Halfway through the walk, a familiar girl's voice came from behind Lin Xiu. Hey Lin Xiu Jun tilde, turning around, Lin Xiu saw a girl he was very familiar with, Kuryu Eika. In fact, Kuryu Eika is still very beautiful, with a delicate face, a good figure, plump and white thighs, and slender and beautiful calves. With pink-framed glasses and brown twin ponytails, she is a charming high school girl no matter how you look at her. It's a pity. She has a mouth. Hiss! As soon as Lin Xiu turned around, Kuryu Eika took a breath of cold air, and her beautiful green eyes narrowed instantly. There is something different about today's Lin Xiu and yesterday's Lin Xiu. Dragon pattern. This irregular undulation on the surface can only be a dragon pattern. Lin Xiu Jun, how can your blood vessels be so strong? Could it be? Did you take some vasodilator medication? Taking that kind of medicine so early in the morning is way too unhealthy. Dragon pattern? It took Lin Xiu several seconds to understand what the dragon pattern that Kuryu Lanhua mentioned meant. Being able to say such words openly, Kuryu Eika is indeed a nympho among nymphos. Why are there dragon patterns? Of course it's because he awakened the Leviathan power belonging to the dragon snake clan. But can such a thing be said in public? That would be too much of a lack of confidentiality. For this nympho who casually exposes other people's privacy, Lin Xiu chooses to punish her in person. Swoosh! Lin Xiu confiscated Kuryu Eika's tool for committing the crime glasses with a slight wave of his hand. This is the kind of thing Lin Xiu wanted to do when she was watching anime. He wanted to see if Kuryu Eika could still activate her abilities and spy on other people's privacy after losing her glasses. After her glasses were taken away, Kuryu Eika was stunned for a few seconds. After a few seconds, Kuryu Eika curled the corners of her mouth slightly and regained her previous composure. Lin Xiu Jun, only elementary school boys would bully girls to get their attention tilde. However, considering that Lin Xiu Jun has never been in a relationship before, I can understand Lin Xiu Jun's somewhat rough approach tilde. Lin Xiu Jun, why are you silent? Could it be that Lin Xiu Jun is shocked by my appearance without glasses? Yada tilde Lin Xiu Kun is really cute tilde. Kuryu Lanhua was right. Lin Xiu was indeed stunned. However, he was not stunned because of Kuryu Eika. Although Kuryu Eika is quite beautiful when she doesn't wear glasses, it's not to the point of making Lin Xiu stunned. The main reason why Lin Xiu was stunned was because, after taking away Kuryu Lanhua's glasses, he heard the system prompt sound. Bite. Congratulations to the host for completing the goal of the previous life, taking Kuryu Eika's glasses. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, Data Eye Green, Data Eyes Green, eyes that can digitize everything in the world. The stronger your own strength, the more you can see. System reward? I don't think I've ever triggered a system task on Kuryu Eika. According to the system, in addition to the tasks issued by the system, I will also receive system rewards for achieving the goals of my previous life. It's better to do than to say. For something like this, we just need to experiment a little more. Soon, Lin Xiu made a decision. Kuryu-san, since you dare to say such words in front of me, I believe that you should have made the corresponding preparations a long time ago, right? As he spoke, Lin Xiu took the initiative to pull Kuryu Lanhua's beautiful hand and walk towards a secluded bush. Enlightenment? What enlightenment? Kuryu Eika was a little confused. What kind of awareness did Lin Xiu want her to show? Of course. You can provoke me at will tilde. As he spoke, Lin Xiu exerted a little force with both hands, grasped the ponytail with one hand, and pressed Kuryu Eika down from the top of her head with the other hand. Kuryu Eika. In shock, Kuryu Eika heard the sound of metal buckles on her belt colliding. Lin Xiu Jun, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Before he could finish his words, Kuryu Eika's emerald-like eyes instantly widened due to the sudden sense of foreign body. Bite. Congratulations to the host for completing his previous life's goal, blocking Kuryu Eika's mouth that casually exposes other people's privacy. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, Succubus Bloodline, Green. Succubus Bloodline, Green. Not a high-level succubus bloodline, but it can significantly increase attraction to the opposite S*X. If the opposite S*X already has a favorable impression of the bloodline holder, This will greatly accelerate the increase in favorability. Sure enough, it's just as I thought. Even if there are no system tasks, I can still get system rewards by completing the goals of my previous life. After getting the experimental results, Lin Xiu closed his eyes with satisfaction and gently stroked Kuryu Eika's head as if to comfort a baby. Hum. After coming to her senses, Kuryu Eika wanted to bite it hard, but she found that she couldn't do it at all. Not only could she not eat, but as her throat bulged from time to time, she found that her body was gradually becoming strange. So, the reason why she kept provoking Lin Xiu-jun was because she wanted to be treated so roughly by Lin Xiu-jun. After realizing this, Kuryu Eika barely straightened her body and gradually began to exert force regularly with her mouth and throat. Lin Xiu, hiss! An unprecedented strong pressure came. Lin Xiu took a breath of cold air and comfortably combed Kuryu Eika's soft long hair. As the vomiting nerves continued to be stimulated, Kuryu Eika's emerald-like eyes reflected a hint of curiosity and confusion. Although she had no practical experience, Kuryu Eika managed to obtain a very high score thanks to her rich theoretical knowledge. As the brown-haired girl's eyes rolled back completely, the boy touched the side of her face contentedly. 10 minutes later, Lin Xiu buttoned up her clothes again with satisfaction, and Kuryu Eika licked her red lips with satisfaction. Although Lin Xiu was very rough, she was the type who would be happier the rougher the other person was, so overall, Kuryu Eika was still very happy. Mr. Lin Xiu, I didn't expect you to be the kind of pervert who would force a girl to do this. However, I am very happy to meet such a perverted Lin Xiu tilde, Kuryu Eika blinked playfully. Looking at Kuryu Eika, Lin Xiu's mind emerged the scene of her physical and mental pleasure due to the rough treatment just now. Kuryu-san, could you be M? Lin Xiu couldn't help but ask. Yada tilde Lin Xiu-jun, how can you ask such a perverted question to a girl? Kuryu Eika curled the corners of her mouth in pleasure. Okay, you don't have to say anything. I know that you are not only a M, but also a pervert. Yes, just treat me as a pervert. Lin Xiu-kun is no less perverted than me tilde, Kuryu Eika spread her hands. For two perverts like us, the only way is to hug each other for warmth. That's right tilde. Having said that, Kuryu Lanhua leaned close to Lin Xiu's ear and whispered. In the future, if Lin Xiu-jun really can't help it, you can still come to me tilde. If it's once a day, I still have time to help Lin Xiu-jun release it. As she spoke, Kuryu Eika licked her plump red lips provocatively. Faced with Kuryu Lanhua's blatant provocation, Lin Xiu certainly couldn't sit idly by. Once a day? Kuryu-san only said that after the fact. In other words, today's one shouldn't have happened yet, right? Lin Xiu-jun, you wouldn't. After realizing what Lin Xiu meant, Kuryu Lanhua swallowed hard. Damn it, she likes this perverted Lin Xiu-jun more and more. What should she do? Another 20 minutes passed. This time, Kuryu Eika really lost consciousness. Because Lin Xiu had already realized that Kuryu Lanhua was a pervert, so this time, he did not hold back. When Kuryu Eika regained consciousness, she was surprised to find that she was being carried on Lin Xiu's back and rushed to school. Watching the scene around her rapidly receding, Kuryu Eika pressed her face against Lin Xiu's trapezius muscle, breathing in the scent that belonged to Lin Xiu. Lin Xiu-jun's shoulders are quite broad. Not only the shoulders, but Lin Xiu-jun's scent is also amazing. No, my body is too hot, especially my thighs, which are held up by Lin Xiu-jun's hands. They are almost burning. Come to think of it, even though Lin Xiu-jun was carrying me on his back, his steps were so steady, and his breathing didn't seem to be disturbed. Since Lin Xiu-jun has such a strong physique, he must be very capable in that area, right? When she thought of this, Kuryu Lanhua felt a surge of heat in her body. Tirith, are you awake? Your glasses are in my shirt pocket on my chest. My hands are inconvenient, so you can get them yourself tilde, Lin Xiu reminded. Tilde Lin Xiu-jun's hands are not convenient tilde. Kuryu Lanhua smiled slyly and put her hand down along Lin Xiu's chest muscles. After feeling Lin Xiu's chest muscles, she took out her glasses from her pocket. After putting on the glasses again, Kuryu Eika was surprised to find that there seemed to be something extra on Lin Xiu's body. Lin Xiu, why do I see a red dragon shadow behind you? Red dragon phantom? What kind of red dragon phantom is it? Lin Xiu raised his eyebrows. It's a giant Western-style dragon with huge red wings. Oh, right, its glasses are green, and there's endless flames coming out of its back. Kuryu Lanhua's description is exactly the same as the Sekiryute's. In other words, she saw the Sekiryute's dragon soul in me. In the following period of time, Lin Xiu demonstrated the Leviathan magic in front of Kuryu Eika again, confirming the fact that Kuryu Eika had awakened special abilities. With Lin Xiu's explanation, Kuryu Lanhua gained a completely new understanding of the world they lived in. So, the soul of a red dragon resides in Lin Xiu. No wonder Lin Xiu's desire is so strong. Dragons are inherently lustful. Kuryu Lanhua lightly covered her red lips, becoming more and more satisfied with Lin Xiu. Tongyu-san, my strong desire is innate and has nothing to do with whether there is a dragon soul in my body. Lin Xiu explained seriously. After listening to Lin Xiu's explanation, Kuryu Lanhua couldn't help laughing. Okay, I know Lin Xiu's desire is innate. No need to emphasize it to me so many times. Hey mister. Lin Xiu, you just said that the demon blood you awakened belongs to the noble blood among demons, right? I heard that nobles are very extravagant. You just said that nobles of the demon clan can form their own harem. Mister. Lin Xiu, will you become the kind of man who plays a lot in the future? Will you have many women around you in the future? When asking Lin Xiu this question, Kuryu Eika's pretty face was full of anticipation. Lin Xiu was surprised to find that his level of perversion was even lower than that of Kuryu Eika. Kuryu-san, why do I feel like you're really looking forward to me having some fun? Are we exposed? Kuryu Eika smiled cunningly. Even though Lin Xiu-jun did that to me, don't worry, I won't consider myself Lin Xiu-jun's girlfriend. So, Lin Xiu-kun can go out and have fun without worry. In this regard, Kuryu Eika is very self-aware. She knew very well that it was impossible for Lin Xiu-jun, who had awakened the pure-blooded demon bloodline, to be tied to her side. So, after giving up the idea of a one-on-one pure love with Lin Xiu, Kuryu Eika came up with another brilliant idea. If she didn't date Lin Xiu and only had an affair with him, would it be considered cheating on all of Lin Xiu's girlfriends? When she thought of this, Kuryu Eika felt a sense of comfort and trembling from the depths of her soul. After realizing that this world was different from what she had previously known, Kuryu Eika's already perverted cognition was sublimated. She decided to face her new life in a way that would make her most physically and mentally happy. So, at noon, when Tasheng Kitten came to find Lin Xiu, Kuryu Lanhua stood up excitedly. Sure enough, her choice was right. Lin Xiu-jun is the type that can attract girls. When she thought about her grand blueprint about to unfold, Kuryu Eika's body began to surge with heat, and her pure white panties gradually became wet. In full view of everyone, a super cute white-haired loli walked in from the door and went straight to Lin Xiu's desk. She is the mascot of Juwang College, Tasheng Kitten. Senior Lin Xiu, Director Rias and President Sona want to see you. Could you please come with me? Tasheng Kitten said straight to the point. Rias and Sona are looking for me, now? Well, right now. Okay, I understand. Please lead the way, Kitty. Lin Xiu stood up and followed Kitty out of the classroom. Before leaving, Lin Xiu even took a look at the crazy Kuryu Lanhua. As expected, Kuryu Lanhua's perversion was even higher than his. Walking on the way to the student council room, Kaneko asked with some concern. Senior Lin Xiu, why is the girl sitting behind you so excited to see me? The girl sitting behind me? Maybe it's because she likes cute girls like Kaneko-chan? Lin Xiu found a reason for Kuryu Eika. But I smell a very special scent on her. It's a scent that can only be released by female animals when they enter a certain special state. Tasheng Kitten's words completely ended the game. This, maybe because she's a pervert? Lin Xiu could only smile awkwardly. Well, she is indeed a pervert. Kitty nodded in agreement. By the way, Senior Lin Xiu, you also have a very special aura. Special aura? What aura? Lin Xiu raised his eyebrows. It's a scent I really like, a bit like dessert. The kitten thought for a moment and replied, dessert. Lin Xiu suddenly remembered something. Could it be because of the succubus bloodline? Kitty likes desserts, so to Kitty, the succubus bloodline exudes the scent of desserts. With such doubts, the two came to the luxuriously decorated door of the student union room. We're here, Senior Lin Xiu, please come in. The moment Lin Xiu entered the student union room, he was immediately attracted by two extremely beautiful girls. Rias crossed her fair and plump thighs and drank her black tea with a contented look on her face. Sona sat next to Rias, her healthy white thighs tightly closed, and she was also enjoying the green tea in front of her. The two beautiful girls each have their own charm, but they have one thing in common. That is, they both naturally exude an inviolable aristocratic aura like a flower from a high mountain. Noticing Lin Xiu's arrival, Rias lowered her crossed legs and motioned for Lin Xiu to sit opposite them with a smile. Mr. Lin Xiu, please take a seat. I wonder if you know why Kang Na and I called you here this time. Actually. In the next few minutes, Rias gave Lin Xiu a brief introduction to her and Sona's identities and the purpose of their inviting Lin Xiu over. Leviathan bloodline, so that's how it is. My special powers actually come from the mythical demon Leviathan. Lin Xiu touched his chin seriously, looking thoughtful. Yes, that's right. It's almost certain that you, Lin Xiujun, are a descendant of Leviathan. Sangna and I invited you here mainly to confirm the concentration of your bloodline so that the underworld can make the next arrangements. If the purity of Lin Xiujun's bloodline exceeds 50%, the underworld will even directly give Lin Xiujun a demon chess piece tilde, devil's chess piece. That's really worth looking forward to tilde. Lin Xiu glanced at Kang Na. According to his observation, when Sona heard the words, blood purity exceeds 50%, his reaction was a little strange. After advancing to the next step, Rias took out a crystal ball from the magic circle on the table. Next, please place your hand on this crystal ball and activate your magic power. This is a crystal specially used in the underworld to test bloodlines. It can accurately determine the purity of Lin Xiujun's bloodline. Okay, I understand. Following Rias' instructions, Lin Xiu placed her hand on the crystal ball. As the words "test begins, please release your magic power" appeared on the crystal ball, Lin Xiu quickly began to mobilize the Leviathan magic power in his body. Ang tilde tilde tilde. After sensing Lin Xiu's bloodline, the crystal ball gradually became stained. Soon, the entire crystal was filled with blue-purple Leviathan magic. Drip tilde the test subject's bloodline is Leviathan. The blood purity of the test subject is 95%. Since the current bloodline has exceeded the 90% purity standard for pure-blooded demons, a report has been automatically sent to the underworld. According to the settings of the Demon Lord Akiuka, whenever a pure-blooded demon that has not been included is discovered, the crystal ball will automatically send a report to the underworld. Bloodline purity 95%. How is that possible? After hearing Lin Xiu's test results, the usually calm Kang Na became uneasy and stood up. Not only Sona, but even Rias was confused. Yes, the purity of this bloodline has surpassed that of ordinary pure-blooded Leviathans and is comparable to that of second-generation Leviathans. Even if Lin Xiujun's ancestors had connections with the Leviathan clan, it would be impossible for him to awaken Leviathan bloodline of such purity, right? How about we test it again? Apparently, Rias was also skeptical about the test results. In the end, the two of them unanimously decided to test it again. However, half a minute later, looking at the test results that were identical to the previous ones, the two fell silent. Finally, it was Rias who spoke first. Anyway, let's give the devil chess piece to Lin Xiujun first tilde. As soon as Rias finished speaking, a new magic circle flickered on the table. That's the radiance of the projection array. Someone is teleporting themselves here through the projection array. A few seconds later, a stunning mature woman with silver-gray hair was projected in front of Lin Xiu and others. The one coming is Gurifia. After receiving the report from the crystal ball, Gurifia immediately activated the projection technique that had been prepared long ago. Mr. Lin Xiu, this is Gurifia, the head of the Lucifergus family. She is currently assisting my brother in handling various affairs in the underworld. Rias introduced. Well, Master Lin Xiu, you can just call me Gurifia. Gurifia bowed respectfully. Lin Xiu had anticipated Grafia's arrival. Ria's and Sona's identities did not allow them to decide on such a major event as the pureblood Leviathan's return to the underworld. Miss Gurifia, you are here because you have something to announce, right? Lin Xiu asked. Master Lin Xiu is right. I am here to read out the 4 demon lords' assessment of the return of the pure-blooded Leviathan. Lord Akiuka judges that although your Leviathan bloodline may be a mutation, if we only look at the purity of your bloodline, you are undoubtedly a pure-blooded Leviathan of noble status. From now on, the underworld will treat you as a pure-blooded Leviathan, and you will enjoy all the rights that a pure-blooded Leviathan should have. Lord Lin Xiu Leviathan, on behalf of the 4 demon kings, I welcome you back to the demon clan. There was one more thing Gurifia didn't tell Lin Xiu. To enjoy the rights that a pure-blooded Leviathan should have, one must also bear the obligations that a pure-blooded Leviathan should have. Master Lin Xiu, this is your devil chess piece. Gurifia waved her hand slightly, and a set of exquisitely crafted blood-red chess pieces appeared on the table. Lin Xiu knew that the 4 demon kings would definitely use his pure-blood Leviathan bloodline to do something. However, he had no reason to refuse such a good thing as a demon chess piece. After reaching out his hand and officially engraving his blood on the chessboard, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound. Bite. Congratulations to the host for completing his previous life's goal, obtaining his own demon chess piece, blue. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, a set of true devil chess pieces, blue. True demon chess piece, an advanced version of the demon chess piece, with a very strong reincarnation effect. Even races that are incompatible with the demonic attributes, such as angels, can still be reincarnated into demons. After reincarnation, they can still use the holy power that only divine creatures can use. After reincarnation, the reincarnated object's own abilities will be enhanced to a certain extent, and the host can share some of the reincarnated object's abilities. Note, any demon chess piece that has signed a contract with the host will automatically advance to a true demon chess piece after coming into contact with a real demon chess piece awarded by the system. Sure enough, obtaining the devil chess piece was one of the things I wanted to do before crossing over. Seeing Lin Xiu accept the demon chess piece, Gurifia nodded with satisfaction. Master Lin Xiu, ordinary high-ranking demons who want to obtain demon chess pieces must pass written and practical tests. Your qualification as a king is a special case. After all, you are the only pure-blooded Leviathan in the underworld. However, even though special measures are taken, the demon king still wishes to test your strength. This is your test subject, Lady Ravel Phoenix. Boom. As soon as Gurifia finished speaking, the empty space in the student union room began to flicker with the light of a teleportation array. In the center of the teleportation circle, a blonde girl in a pink dress gradually appeared. Here comes Rebel Phoenix, princess of the Phoenix family. The decorations in the human world are just as shabby as before Tilda. Lord Gurifia, is this the test subject you assigned to me? Well, he looks pretty good, but I wonder how strong he is. From her words, it can be heard that the blonde girl with twin tails named Rebel Phoenix has a very arrogant temperament. This is not wrong. In the original plot, she had always been so arrogant before she was shocked by the hero's courage to rush into the wedding alone. After falling in love with the male protagonist, she gradually softened into a soft girl. When Rebel arrived, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound. Bite. Congratulations to the host for signing in at the triggering location. Mission level, blue sign-in location, Ravel's Twintils. Looking at the newly triggered system task, Lin Xiu raised an eyebrow. What should he do? The system really understood him too well. Long before he traveled through time, he had wanted to try out the elasticity of the twin golden ponytails on Rebel's head. Master Lin Xiu, this Lady Rebel Phoenix is your test subject. You don't need to defeat him, you just need to show your strength to the best of your ability in front of her. Gyurifia and the 4 demon kings were not so crazy as to let Lin Xiu, a man who had just awakened his demon blood, defeat the pure-blooded phoenix. They had Lin Xiu and Rebel fight each other just to test the purity of Lin Xiu's Leviathan bloodline, nothing more. Master Lin Xiu, I would like to remind you in advance that Master Rebel is from the Phoenix clan. She possesses powerful fire manipulation and self-recovery abilities. If she fights against someone of the same level, she is practically invincible. But you are the exception. If you can leverage the advantages of your highly purified Leviathan bloodline, you can suppress the Phoenix clan's flames and recovery abilities, giving yourself a chance of victory. After reminding Lin Xiu, Gyurifia turned to Ravel and said, Lady Rebel, this is Lord Lin Xiu Leviathan. He is the actual combatant for your king's qualification test. As long as you defeat him, you will automatically obtain your own demon chess piece once your strength reaches that of a superior demon. Yes, Lady Gyurifia, when can we start the test? Rebel felt that she was just going through the motions and didn't want to waste too much time. A few minutes later, in Gyurifia's special space. The battle venue is the ocean venue. Please get ready, Lady Lin Xiu and Lady Rebel. Gyurifia announced loudly. Ocean venue? Isn't that too cheap for me? Lin Xiu smiled self-deprecatingly. From this specially chosen battlefield, it could be seen how much the 4 demon kings expected him to display the power of his high-purity Leviathan bloodline. HMPH Lord Lin Xiu, let's end this quickly. Ravel clearly had no intention of wasting time. Boom! The high-temperature phoenix fire erupted, wrapping a pair of flaming wings around Ravel's back. Phoenix style, wings of flame. Flame wings is a move that almost all pure-blooded phoenixes can use. Not only does it fly much faster than demon wings, it also has both offensive and defensive functions. It can be said that the strength of the wings of flame is the key factor in judging the strength of a pure-blooded phoenix. Facing the ready-to-strike Rebel, Lin Xiu asked. Wait, Miss Rebel, before we start fighting, can you answer a question for me? Problem? What's the problem? Rebel's nose twitched slightly. For some reason, she always had a bad feeling. It's not a big deal. It's just that I really like Miss Rebel herself, and I also heard that I like Miss Rebel's hairstyle. If I win against Miss Rebel, I wonder if I can feel the texture of Miss Rebel's hair with my own hands. You like me? After hearing Lin Xiu's words, a blush appeared on Rebel's face unconsciously. She certainly hadn't yet reached the point where she liked Lin Xiu, and her blush was more like a polite response. As a lady, it's normal to blush when a handsome man of the same age tells you that he likes you, right? HMPH, let's wait until Master Lin Xiu defeats me. The demon clan respects strength. Even if Master Lin Xiu said you like me, I will never let you touch my hair. However, if Master Lin Xiu can defeat me in battle, that would be another matter. The reason why Label said this was because she didn't believe that Lin Xiu could defeat her. Can I touch your hair just by defeating you? Aren't the demons too obsessed with strength? Lin Xiu shook his head helplessly. Of course not, just defeating me will do. Rebel quickly retorted. She didn't want Lin Xiu to think she was a casual woman. If Master Lin Xiu hadn't quite met my aesthetic standards, if Master Lin Xiu hadn't said you liked me, I would definitely not have given you a chance. After saying this, Ravel fell silent again, because, after she finished speaking, she realized how shameful her words were. Didn't what she just said indirectly indicate that she thought Lin Xiu was pretty good? Anyway, Master Lin Xiu, let's decide the winner first. Boom. With a big red face, a phoenix fire of more than 10 meters burst out from behind Rebel and rushed towards Lin Xiu again. Okay, Tilda then, I'm looking forward to the feel of Miss Rebel's hair. Lin Xiu took out a cylindrical object from his waist. After pressing the red button above, a lightsaber more than 1 meter long extended from the cylindrical object. Is this a lightsaber that only priests of the church have? How come you have this, Master Lin Xiu? Rebel really didn't like the power of light on the lightsaber. Nothing much. I just killed a lost priest who was trying to attack me and seized his equipment. That's all. Lin Xiu's words made Gyurifia frown fiercely. A lost priest? A lost priest attacked Lin Xiu. It seems that in order to prevent Lin Xiu from being murdered by treacherous people, his security measures must be strengthened. At least, before the old Demon King's faction attacks, nothing must happen to Lin Xiu. Rebel was stunned for several seconds. If she remembered correctly, hadn't Lin Xiu just awakened not long ago? Had he already had actual combat experience? You just awakened and you killed the lost priest. I didn't expect that, Master Lin Xiu. You have such a talent for fighting. Then let me see if Lord Lin Xiu's Leviathan water can overwhelm my phoenix fire. Boom! Behind Ravel, the red gold phoenix exploded, shooting out an endless barrage of fire rain, heading straight towards Lin Xiu. Realizing that Rebel was serious, Lin Xiu had no intention of holding back. Boost, the red dragon emperor's caged hand appeared, and Lin Xiu's aura suddenly increased, breaking through the boundaries of the lower-level demon and reaching the intermediate demon level. This is a divine weapon that can double a person's strength. A gauntlet. Rias gave the most common judgment. No, this is the Sekiryute's gauntlet. Lin Xiu leaped back, continuously shooting down the incoming barrage of fire with his lightsaber. Boost, another 10 seconds passed, and Lin Xiu's strength doubled again. The Sekiryute's gauntlet, could it be? The Sekiryute's gauntlet, one of the 13 divine annihilation tools. Witnessing Lin Xiu's power double twice in a row, not only Rias, but even Sona couldn't help but stand up. It is said that the Sekiryute's gauntlet has the power to double the host's strength every 10 seconds. As long as the host's body can withstand it, the power will continue to double. Isn't this too shameless? After hearing Sona's description, Ravel couldn't help but complain. No wonder Master Lin Xiu is so confident in defeating me. It turns out you possess the legendary god-killing tool. However, even if it's a god-killing tool, it will take a certain amount of time to complete the amplification. Ravel keenly grasped the weakness of the Sekiryute's gauntlet, which could only double in size every 10 seconds. Phoenix Flow, Flame Vortex. Behind Ravel, the Phoenix Fire continued to gather, gradually forming a fiery vortex of red and gold. Facing the ever-converging vortex of flames, Lin Xiu simply took a deep breath. Oh, a large amount of spiritual energy entered Lin Xiu's body with Lin Xiu's breathing. Simply inhaling spiritual energy will obviously have no effect on increasing the power of the moves. But these spiritual powers can be spread throughout Lin Xiu's body through the circulation of the breathing method, completely activating Lin Xiu's physical activity and strength. As the pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline was fully activated, Lin Xiu's lightsaber was gradually surrounded by Leviathan's magic power, and waves of energy filled his body. True water breathing, Type 4, strike tide. 1, 2, 3. 10, 20, 30. With a wave of the sword, hundreds of waves wrapped around Lin Xiu and rushed towards the vortex of fire. At first, Lin Xiu could only barely cope with the vortex of fire that was close to him. Boost. After doubling once, no flame could get close to Lin Xiu anymore. Boost, after doubling twice, the tide around Lin Xiu in turn suppressed Label's vortex of fire. Boost, after doubling 3 times, the original vortex of flames had almost completely disappeared. Only scattered flames remained around Ravel. Even something as powerful as the Phoenix Fire was completely useless under the tide of the pure-blooded Leviathan. Just as Gurifia said, as long as the bloodline is pure enough, the pure-blooded Leviathan can completely suppress the pure-blooded Phoenix of the same level. Ravel, be careful. Lin Xiu's figure almost merged with the tide. Under the extreme speed, several afterimages of Lin Xiu even appeared on the water. True water breathing formed 3 flowing dance. With this move, even with Ravel's support, the red-gold flame vortex dissipated instantly. Master Lin Xiu, I admit that I underestimated you, but after the vortex of flames dissipated, endless phoenix fire flew out from around Ravel and gathered into a huge fireball. Obviously, she wants to decide the outcome with one move. And Lin Xiu obviously would not give her this opportunity. True water-breathing landform twisting whirlpool. If Lebel uses the vortex of fire, then Lin Xiu uses the vortex of water. Entangled in the vortex of water, Lin Xiu rushed directly into the huge fireball that was accumulating power in the eyes of Rebel who was doubting her life. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Steam rose and the entire area was shrouded in fog. Lin Xiu's Leviathan water was indeed evaporated a lot, but correspondingly, Ravel's huge fireball also disappeared directly. After a few seconds, the fog dissipated. In the center of the battle arena, Lin Xiu placed the water knife across Rebel's fair neck. Rebel looked at the water knife so close to her, her delicate face showing both surprise and fear. According to her estimation, if Lin Xiu's Leviathan water entered her body, it would most likely extinguish the phoenix fire burning in her body along with her phoenix bloodline. A large part of the Phoenix clan's recovery ability depends on the powerful phoenix fire. If the phoenix fire is extinguished, more than 90% of her recovery ability will be lost. Unable to use fire, and with his recovery ability greatly reduced, what's the difference between a phoenix like this and a punching bag that can only take a beating? Therefore, Ravel subconsciously revealed her fear. Lin Xiu saw Rebel's fear, and the next second, he retracted the water knife into his body. Then, under Rebel's surprised gaze, Lin Xiu used both hands and tugged hard at her elastic blonde twintles. The blonde twin-tailed girl Rebel's uniquely shaped twin ponytails flew up and down, and Lin Xiu's brain automatically created sound effects for it. Duang tilde bite. Congratulations to the host for completing the location check-in. Sign-in location, Ravel's twintles. Mission level, blue. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, Enhanced Slime Suit, Symbiote version. Enhanced Slime Suit, an advanced version of Lord Shadow's slime suit. It has no will of its own and can transform according to the user's will. Even if the user's magic manipulation ability is extremely low or even has no magic, it can still perfectly meet the user's needs. In addition to its powerful maneuverability, the enhanced slime suit also possesses powerful offensive and defensive capabilities and resiliency. It can automatically purify any toxin and quickly adapt to any harsh environment. Note, even if it is damaged in battle, it can cover the covered parts and recover quickly. It is a must-have equipment for home travel, murder, and arson. Slime suit. According to the system, can I control the slime to wrap around Rias or Aquino's entire body, leaving only a hole where it should be? What's a slime suit? Isn't this just a full-body black stocking? No, not just black stockings. According to the system's description, it seems white stockings or any other stockings would also work. Lin Xiu imagined what the heroines would look like wearing this slime suit, and her blood began to boil. Seeing that Ravel had lost her will to fight, Graphia announced loudly. The battle is over. Lord Lin Xiu wins. What? Ravel hasn't used the Phoenix family's extraordinary recovery ability yet. Is there still a chance of victory if we continue fighting? It was understandable that Rias would ask such a question. But Graphia is a top-level warrior who surpasses the Demon King level, and her judgment is much better than that of Rias and others. On the one hand, Lin Xiu's blood purity is much higher than that of Rebel. During the battle, his Leviathan water completely suppressed Rebel's Phoenix fire. On the other hand, Graphia knew some information about the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet, and Lin Xiu was currently far from reaching the limit of the artifact's amplification. Therefore, there is no point in fighting any further. It wasn't until Graphia's announcement that Ravel realized she had been defeated. Rebel, your hair is in great condition, isn't it? Is it natural or do you use any shampoo or conditioner? Lin Xiu asked while playing with Rebel's hair. Wait. Master Lin Xiu, what are you doing? Don't go on. Ravel's originally arrogant expression gradually softened, and her clear and beautiful blue pupils were stained with a hint of mist. What's going on? Why does she feel comfortable having her hair played with like this? No, this is really unladylike and cannot go on like this. Boom! Filled with shame and anger, Ravel was once again enveloped in the Phoenix fire. When the Phoenix fire disappeared, Rebel had already flown 10 meters away from Lin Xiu. Master Lin Xiu, how can you be so disrespectful to a lady? If Master Lin Xiu hadn't said that he liked me, and if Master Lin Xiu hadn't just returned to the underworld and wasn't familiar with its rules, I would never have forgiven Master Lin Xiu. So you've already forgiven Lin Xiu. Rias never imagined that the arrogant turkey girl she remembered was actually a tsundere with a tough mouth but a soft heart. In this situation, according to the rules of the underworld, Rebel could even ask her brother to stand up for her and challenge Lin Xiu to a duel. Lin Xiu can defeat Rebel, who is a mid-level demon, but he is unlikely to defeat Riser, who is a high-level demon. Etc. Thinking of this, Rias suddenly burst out with amazing wisdom. Currently, Lin Xiu Jun can suppress the mid-level demon Ravel. If his strength reaches a higher level, won't he be able to easily defeat the high-level demon Riser? Riser, whose full name is Riser Phoenix, is Ravel's brother and Ria's fiancé. Of course, Rias herself didn't want this fiancé. Not only did his appearance not suit her aesthetic standards, but Riser's temperament was also quite eccentric. She had long wanted to cancel her engagement with Riser. Ms. Rebel, it is truly my honor to receive your forgiveness. With Lin Xiu's intelligence, he could naturally hear that Label had forgiven him. However, his hands were still subconsciously savoring the elasticity of Ravel's twintles. Rebel noticed Lin Xiu's movements and could tell at a glance that Lin Xiu was savoring the touch just now. When she thought about Lin Xiu wanting to touch her twintles, Rebel almost turned into a steam girl. In short, this kind of thing must be done with the lady's permission. Rebel put her hands on her hips and warned fiercely. But didn't you say, Rebel, that I could touch her as long as I defeated you? Lin Xiu asked back. Me. I said next time. As soon as she finished speaking, the phoenix wings behind Ravel suddenly erupted. Driven by the powerful force of the phoenix fire, Ravel fled the scene at an astonishing speed. Next time, Master Lin Xiu, you absolutely cannot touch my hair like this. You must ask me first and get my approval. From a distance, Ravel shouted with a blushing face. So, can I touch you again next time? Rias and Sona simultaneously grumbled in their minds. Not only Rias and Sona, but even Lin Xiu herself was impressed by Ravel's tsundere attitude. Ravel, you're so cute tilde this tsundere lady attitude is so perfect. From her reaction after being touched, it can be seen that she has a high initial liking for me. If I'm not mistaken, it must be my succubus bloodline that has played a certain role. Or maybe, Ravel just likes the feeling of being treated roughly. Lin Xiu remembered that in the original story, before Ravel fell in love with Issei Hayaodu, she was threatened by Issei Hayaodu several times. Sure enough, the desire to be conquered by a strong man is a genetic code engraved in women's blood. Men choose to mate with as many opposite sexes as possible, while women choose to have the strongest opposite S*X possible and give birth to their offspring. This is the truth of nature. Half an hour passed. Gurifia has already completed all the procedures for Lin Xiu to return to the underworld. Before leaving, Gurifia handed Lin Xiu an ancient and heavy book. Master Lin Xiu, this is the grimoire that Master Surzech seized from the treasure vault of the previous Leviathan family. It's called the Book of Leviathan. The Book of Leviathan contains the cultivation methods of the pure-blooded Leviathan and various family techniques. Master Lin Xiu, please study them carefully. From now on, Lord Lin Xiu will be the most legitimate heir of Leviathan. Gurifia warned seriously. Yes, I know, I will study hard. Lin Xiu also took the Book of Leviathan with a serious expression. He knew what Gurifia meant by most orthodox. What is most orthodox now means what was unorthodox before. What would the old demon king Leviathan do if they learned that the current demon king recognized him as the true pure-blooded Leviathan? There's a high probability that they'll attack him, right? There is no doubt that he has now become a thorn in the eyes and flesh of the old demon king faction, especially the Leviathan faction. And all of this was driven by the reformist devil. The reformist demon king probably used him as bait to catch the old demon king. In order to avoid being killed in the next attack that may come at any time, I must become stronger as soon as possible. Lin Xiu secretly made up his mind. Gurifia looked at Lin Xiu deeply, said hello to the three of them, and turned to leave. After Gurifia left, Kangna immediately turned to look at Lin Xiu, his tone more serious than ever. Mr. Lin Xiu, could you please come here in 3 days? 3 days later, Kangna, what do you want to talk to me about? Lin Xiu raised his eyebrows. What could he and Kangna talk about? Well, I have something very important to discuss with Lin Xiu. 3 days after school, please be sure to come to the student union room. Kang Na looked at Lin Xiu with an apologetic look, because, no matter what, Lin Xiu will be in danger for some time to come. She certainly didn't want to involve Lin Xiu in such a dangerous struggle, but as a pure-blooded demon from the underworld, she had no position or power to resist. Looking at Kang Na's apologetic eyes, Lin Xiu suddenly understood a lot of things. Considering his identity as a pure-blooded Leviathan, the only possible reason why Sona was looking for him was because of that incident. Okay, I understand. I will be there on time. As soon as Lin Xiu finished speaking, he felt a warm touch on his hand. It turned out that it was Rias who took the initiative to hug his arm. Looking at his arms deeply embedded in Rias' majestic bosom, Lin Xiu was stunned for several seconds. As expected, seeing it in anime is different from seeing it in real life. Seeing it in real life is different from touching it in real life. Damn, is this the kind of mind that can be considered the best even in the DxD world full of big thunder? Lin Xiu admitted that he was deeply shocked by Rias. Of course, despite being shocked, Lin Xiu's brain did not stop thinking. After quickly figuring out the reason why Rias did this, Lin Xiu shook his arms, causing Rias' chest to shake again. Just as Lin Xiu thought, Rias couldn't possibly resist at all. She just looked at Sona with a slightly stiff smile. Kang Na, I want to borrow Lin Xiujun for a while. You should have no objection, right? I'm not Lin Xiujun's parent, so I naturally don't have any objections. Rias, you can just take Lin Xiujun away. Sona walked towards her desk, looking like she was ready to continue working. That's great. Could you please come with me to the old school building, Lin Xiujun? Rias placed her hands on her chest, followed Lin Xiu's wrists, and held Lin Xiu's hands that were stretched out from her chest. It's really unfair to hold a boy's arm against your chest and then ask him for something. Even Ultraman can't stand this kind of situation. A few minutes later in the old school building, Rias smiled and brought hot tea to Lin Xiu. Lin Xiujun, do you know why Kang Na wants to look for you in 3 days? Rias got straight to the point. Why? Lin Xiu took a sip of tea and asked slowly. Because the upper echelons of the underworld have arranged an engagement for you and Sona. Sona is unwilling to accept this engagement and is thinking about how to cancel the engagement with Lin Xiujun. Rias replied, I see. Lin Xiu nodded. It was not unexpected. However, there was one thing he didn't quite understand. Sona, are you really that unwilling to marry him? Logically speaking, he should meet Sona's standards for choosing a partner. In terms of grades and IQ, Lin Xiu's grades are similar to Kang Na's, and their IQs are expected to be similar as well. In terms of strength and potential, Lin Xiu also demonstrated powerful strength far beyond his peers in the battle with Rebel. With both pure-blooded demon blood and the Crimson Dragon Emperor's caged hand, he can be said to have unlimited potential. As for personal charm, needless to say, Lin Xiu's configuration is already top-notch, and with the succubus bloodline, it can be said that he is even more powerful. Why did Kang Na refuse his engagement? Lin Xiu was not so narcissistic as to force someone to marry him. He was just curious about why Kang Na rejected him. So far, I can only think of one reason. If the reason why Sona rejected me is really the same as I thought, then I can only say that Sona is really kind. And next, Rias chatted with Lin Xiu about some trivial things before bringing up the serious matter. Mr. Lin Xiu, to be honest, I came to you because I have something to ask of you. Or to put it another way, I want to cooperate with you to achieve a mutually beneficial and win-win result. Mr. Lin Xiu, after breaking off your engagement with Kang Na, you will be a free man. Can you help me break up my engagement with Riser Phoenix? Rias, you mean? Lin Xiu asked even though he knew the answer. I'd like to ask Lin Xiujun to be my boyfriend temporarily until I graduate from high school. That way, I'll have a reason to break off my engagement with Ruzel. Of course, I won't ask for Lin Xiujun's help in vain. Before the end of our agreement, I will provide an additional portion of all the resources provided by the underworld to Lin Xiujun to help him become stronger as soon as possible. After stating her conditions, Rias pursed her red lips slightly and looked at Lin Xiu with nervousness and anticipation. Under Rias' gaze, Lin Xiu slowly spoke. Rias, I agree to be your boyfriend for a while, but I don't want any training resources. Huh. So what do you want, Lin Xiu-jun? Rias swallowed her saliva. Could it be that Lin Xiu-jun liked her so much that he was willing to help her break up the engagement without asking for any reward? It shouldn't be that serious, right? No, I just want a reward in exchange. Hearing Lin Xiu's reply, Leah was relieved at first, but then a little frustrated. Sure enough, was she overthinking it? By the way, Lin Xiu-jun, what kind of reward do you want? I will do my best to do whatever I can. Rias smiled and continued to discuss with Lin Xiu. Reward? I want Rias' lap pillow, is that okay? Huh. Hearing this, Rias tilted her head in confusion, her red lips slightly parted, reflecting an alluring luster under the sunlight. Not only Rias, but also Rias' followers were surprised by Lin Xiu's words. Aquino? Lin Xiu-kun is really bold kitten. Surprisingly, Senior Lin Xiu is actually a carnivorous man. Kiba Yumi, Butchu, oh my god. By the way, should we leave first and leave this place to you and Lin Xiu-jun? Generally speaking, Ria's followers were happy with Lin Xiu's request to use her knees as a pillow. Lin Xiu-jun, what did you say? A beautiful blush appeared on Ria's face, and her lips became less fluent. I said, if you can give me a lap pillow, Rias, I will be happy to help you solve the engagement problem. Lin Xiu repeated. But Lin Xiu-jun, why do you want my knee pillow? Rias asked stutteringly. Of course it's because I like Rias. Lin Xiu replied as a matter of course. Rias, didn't you often look out the window of the old school building at the school? Didn't we look at each other in front of the window several times? In fact, as early as that time, I had the idea of pursuing you. Lin Xiu adopted the simplest and most direct style, hitting the ball straight. So that's how it is. After listening to Lin Xiu's reasons, Ria's voice became smaller than a mosquito, and her original forward-looking negotiating posture turned into a shy backward posture. Dong tilde dong, tilde dong, tilde tilde, feeling her heartbeat faster than ever before, Ria's originally fair and delicate face gradually turned completely red. It turns out that this is what it feels like to be confessed to by a boy. After hearing Lin Xiu's explanation, Rias also remembered the scenes of their eye contact. At that time, the reason why she was interested in Lin Xiu and cast her eyes on Lin Xiu many times was not because she was attracted by Lin Xiu's face, but because she was attracted by Lin Xiu's grades. Lin Xiu's achievements, which were enough to threaten Kang Na, were very attractive to her. If she could get Lin Xiu into the team, she would have more room to maneuver when facing opponents with higher IQs. As for the question of love, Rias has never thought about dating an ordinary human, but now, after seeing Lin Xiu's battle scene and then being confessed to directly by Lin Xiu, Rias admitted that she was a little moved. Lin Xiu-jun seems pretty good too. His grades, personality, bloodline, appearance, and strength all met her criteria for a partner, not to mention. Lin Xiu also said that he had liked her for a long time. Rias admitted that she did have a crush on Lin Xiu, but with the knee pillow thing, wasn't it too soon? Seeing that Rias was still hesitating, Lin Xiu added fuel to the fire. It doesn't matter if you don't agree, Rias. I will still help you solve the engagement problem. Lin Xiu promised. Is it okay if I don't agree? Why? Rias was a little confused. Ha tilde Rias, you really have never been in love tilde, Lin Xiu smiled happily. If you like a girl, you naturally won't allow her to marry another man. So, even if Rias doesn't agree to my request, I will still help you solve the engagement problem. Lin Xiu's words were like a depth bomb, turbulent again for Rias' mood, which had finally calmed down. So, is this what it feels like to be liked by the opposite S*X? This feeling of being liked by the opposite S*X is completely different from being liked by family. It is so fulfilling, so heartwarming. Rias knew that this feeling wasn't something any man could give her. Otherwise, how could she not have experienced this feeling with so many of the boys from Q Academy and the demons from the underworld who liked her? Lin Xiu is the only person of the opposite S*X who has ever made her feel this way. From this perspective, she should also like Lin Xiujun? Okay, if it's Lin Xiujun, I'm willing. After thinking it over, Rias gave her answer with a blushing face. However, just a minute later, Rias regretted it, because Lin Xiu was lying face down on her thighs. Lin Xiujun, how can anyone face downwards when using their knees as a pillow? When she said this, Ria's voice trembled a little, because the heat from Lin Xiu's breath was constantly passing through the gap between her thighs and onto her plump B***BS. That's how we lie down in my hometown. Because she was face down, Lin Xiu's voice was a little unclear. No, Lin Xiujun exhaled more hot air when he spoke, and he couldn't hold it in any longer. Isn't your hometown in Jewtown? How can you lie like that here? Rias complained in a trembling voice. Having said that, Rias had no intention of moving Lin Xiu's head away. She found that she actually quite liked the feeling of being close to the boy she liked. Well, if you don't want to, Rias, then I'll have to change the way you lie. Lin Xiu raised his head temporarily. Is it going to be changed now? Rias felt relieved at first, but then she felt unprecedented frustration. Could it be that Lin Xiujun's love for her wasn't that deep? At times like this, shouldn't boys take advantage of her? Ria's confusion only lasted for a few seconds, because what Lin Xiu meant by changing the way of lying was adjusting the direction of the head 180 degrees. After changing positions, she no longer felt the heat between her legs. What she felt was the heat coming from under her chest. A feeling that was different from before came over her, causing Ria's heart to flutter again. Sure enough, she must like Lin Xiujun. Otherwise, why would she want to continue to contact Lin Xiujun? As for Lin Xiu, because of his changed posture, he couldn't see anything for the time being, not even Ria's face. He could only judge from the way Rias bent down slightly and buried her breasts in his face that Rias seemed to like this feeling. With Ria's face buried, Lin Xiu lost all vision, but he did not feel any uneasiness. He only felt unprecedented happiness, comfort, and peace of mind. At this moment, a series of system prompts sounded in Lin Xiu's mind. Bite. Congratulations to the host for completing the evil event wanting to be cured. Quest requirements. Obtain the lap pillows of 3 Gremory family members. This lap pillow target, Rias Gremory. Mission level, blue. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, 1 chance for bloodline evolution. Bite. Congratulations to the host for raising the quality of the pureblood Leviathan bloodline to blue. Pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline, blue. The pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline passed down from the first-generation Leviathan. After possessing the Leviathan bloodline, the affinity for water energy will be greatly enhanced, and control over the ocean will be gained. With blue-quality pure-blooded demon blood, one can become a superior demon as long as he practices normally. If his potential is developed to the limit, reaching the Demon King level is not a dream. Even the legendary second-generation Leviathan Demon King is 1 point weaker than the host in terms of blood purity. The second-generation Leviathan greatly surpasses the host in blood power, but in terms of blood purity, the host is slightly stronger. Bite! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the pure blood Leviathan bloodline, blue. With the bloodline bonus, the host's strength has been raised to the peak of the lower-level demon. Boom! With the bonus of the blue-level Leviathan bloodline, Lin Xiu's strength broke through one after another. The most important thing is that Lin Xiu was in a similar excited state as when he kissed Amano Yuuma before. In an excited state, it was difficult for Lin Xiu to suppress his suddenly stronger aura. Rias, who was closest to Lin Xiu, was the first to notice the change in Lin Xiu. Ha! Lin Xiujun, your strength has broken through? No, not only your strength. Your bloodline purity seems to be even more astonishing than before. Rias even vaguely felt the suppressive force from her bloodline. Struggling to get up from Rias' thighs, Lin Xiu turned to look at Rias. Rias, if I say that I broke through because I was too excited about being in contact with you, would you believe me? Ha! Rias was stunned at first, then lowered her head and replied quietly but firmly. Well, I believe it. So cute. Moved by the shyness displayed by Rias at this moment, Lin Xiu slowly moved closer to Rias. Tusk tilde. With a soft sound, Lin Xiu gently kissed the side of Ria's face. This light kiss was not something that was expected, but came completely from Lin Xiu's heart. Lin Xiu-jun, you. Rias covered the side of her face that had been kissed, and her originally fair face turned a very transparent red. She only allowed Lin Xiu to use his lap as a pillow, but she never allowed Lin Xiu to kiss her. When Rias didn't know how to respond, a figure with a body as explosive as her rushed into the battlefield. The one coming, Hajime Aquino. After entering the battlefield, Hajime Aquino immediately hugged Lin Xiu's arm, just like Rias just now, burying Lin Xiu's arm in her chest. Lin Xiu-kun is really bold tilde. Lin Xiu-kun just said that he achieved a breakthrough because of Rias, right? I think I'm not inferior to Rias in terms of feminine charm. How is it? Now, does Lin Xiu-jun feel like he's about to make a breakthrough? As she spoke, Aquino deliberately shook her chest several times, allowing Lin Xiu to fully feel the difference between her and Rias. If Rias' advantage is her elasticity and shape, then Aquino's advantage is her softness and wrapping feeling. Aquino's sudden appearance instantly transformed Ria's shy expression into a cold one. Aquino is a traitor and always likes to tease her. I think it's the same this time. Junai probably saw that she was interested in Lin Xiu, so he wanted to get close to Lin Xiu. Aquino, what do you mean? Rias stood up and looked at Aquino with an extremely oppressive look. It's nothing special. I just wanted to help you, Rias, test Lin Xiu-kun. Aquino replied with a smile, covering her red lips. Aquino, even if you want to test it, you have to get my approval first. You, cross the line. Crossing the line, where is the line? Is it? Here. Junai smiled and buried Lin Xiu's head in her chest. Swish. A red-black ball of destruction flew out, passing through Aquino's bangs and leaving a large hole in the wall of the old school building. Lin Xiu seized this opportunity precisely and escaped from Junai's embrace. Although he liked Aquino very much, it was still too dangerous to be intimate with Aquino in front of Rias. Lin Xiu could see that Aquino didn't like him that much. She did this more to help Rias clarify her feelings. Of course, besides making her feelings clear, she probably also wanted to play a trick on Rias. Sizzle, 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 sizzle. After Rias exploded, Aquino was no less powerful, with golden lightning wrapping around her body that was no weaker than Rias. Can't you just let me love Lin Xiu-kun a little? Rias is really stingy tilde. Aquino, when will it be your turn to love the person I like? Didn't I tell you? I'm testing Lin Xiu-kun for you. Now it seems that Lin Xiu-kun really likes you, Rias. After all, he didn't suddenly break through when he was in my arms. Although she was explaining, Aquino emphasized the words "in my arms." In this situation, Rias could only consider it a provocation. Even if we need to test it, it's not Aquino's turn. I can call Kaneko. Rias replied coldly. Tasheng kitten, meow meow meow, she's just a little kitten eating snacks. When did this matter have anything to do with her? Kitten? The kitten's body is still developing, so I'm afraid it's not suitable for this. Junai smiled and gave the kitten a playful look. Whenever it's not appropriate, that's my decision. Let's go, Aquino. I have to teach you a lesson today. Rias wants to exercise her power as a king and teach her disobedient followers a lesson. This is so scary. Is Rias such a jealous woman? All right, let me see, Rias, how different you are now than before. Just like that, the two supreme beings exchanged a glance, then soared into the sky from the old school building. They intended to battle to the very edge of the universe, obliterating the great Tao. Old school building. The kitten from Tasheng looked at the ruins in front of him and cast a helpless look at Lin Xiu. Senior Lin Xiu, you are truly a sinful man. While Rias and Aquino were out, Lin Xiu said hello to Kaneko and the others, then quickly left the old school building. He believed in one truth as a man: it is best not to get involved in a fight between two women. Anyway, Rias and Aquino have fought so many times since they were young. As long as they are given time, they will reconcile on their own. In the afternoon, Lin Xiu continued to study and practice the techniques in the Book of Leviathan. After an afternoon, Lin Xiu had learned all the techniques that a lower-level demon could learn. After school, Lin Xiu came to the overpass outside the school as promised. Amano Yuuma had been waiting for him here for a long time. Lin Xiu-jun, did something happen to you? I think you look even more handsome than yesterday. Amano Yuuma couldn't help but ask. She felt that Lin Xiu was obviously more attractive than yesterday. What happened to me? Maybe it's because I'm dating Amano-san. I feel like my whole mental state is different. Lin Xiu explained. You're lying. It's obvious that you've undergone such a drastic change because you awakened the Leviathan bloodline. Amano Yuuma subconsciously attributed Lin Xiu's sudden increase in charm to his Leviathan bloodline that had awakened yesterday. Lin Xiu saw Amano Yuuma's resentment and took Amano Yuuma's hand with a smile. Amano-san, you seem a little out of sorts. Not in shape? No, how is that possible? I just lost my mind a little when I saw Lin Xiu-jun, who was even more handsome than yesterday. Amano Yuuma flatly denied that she was not in good shape. No, I'm pretty sure that Amano-san is just not in the right state. I understand. Amano-san must feel like something is missing. Lin Xiu looked as if he had suddenly realized something. No problem, I'll make it up right away. As he said this, Lin Xiu smiled playfully, and as he moved closer, he pulled Amano Yuuma towards him. Amano Yuuma subconsciously wanted to dodge. However, how could she possibly resist Lin Xiu without being able to use the power of the fallen angel? Finally, Lin Xiu easily held the girl's red lips. The tingling sensation of being seized spread throughout Amano Yuuma's body, causing her slender yet plump body to soften instantly. This be ****** pervert. He kissed me as soon as he saw me. Did he really think I wouldn't resist? The power in Amano Yuuma's body surged wildly, but it was just surging. Well, she really won't resist. Now she has tasks issued by both the Fallen Angel headquarters and the Trouble Group. Both sides want her to investigate Lin Xiu. Before completing the tasks, she can only let Lin Xiu do whatever he wants to her. No, this feels so good. My brain is turning into a mess. As they kissed, Amano Yuuma discovered that today's kiss felt completely different from yesterday's. Under the influence of the succubus bloodline, Amano Yuuma's body and mind were much more excited than yesterday. She found that she wanted more, much more. Later in the kiss, Amano Yuuma even began to actively respond to Lin Xiu. In the end, it was Lin Xiu who took the initiative to let go of Amano Yuuma, who was immersed in it. There was no other way. The overpass was not far from Ku Wang College, and it was too dangerous to keep kissing here. Amano-san, you are very beautiful now, Lin Xiu commented sincerely. Amano Yuuma was stunned. She is very beautiful now. Did Lin Xiu say this so that he would have an excuse to kiss her again next time? Lin Xiu didn't care what Amano Yuuma was thinking, and took Amano Yuuma's hand and walked in the opposite direction of Ju Academy. Amano-san, I wonder if I could have the honor of inviting you on a date, Lin Xiu said as she walked. A date? Amano Yuuma only planned to go home with Lin Xiu and had no plans to date Lin Xiu. However, for some unknown reason, she actually agreed. Okay, I wonder what Lin Xiu-jun has planned for today. In fact, Lin Xiu didn't have any special arrangements. He just wanted to use the excuse of dating to prolong his time with Amano Yuuma so that he could use the succubus bloodline to conquer Amano Yuuma. As for the dating process, it is a very regular dating process. Eating, watching movies, shopping, buying clothes, aquarium, planetarium. Although the process was very routine, Amano Yuuma burst out with extraordinary enthusiasm. Because this is her first date. Although Lin Xiu made her unhappy, considering that Lin Xiu behaved well during the date, Amano Yuuma generously forgave Lin Xiu's presumptuous behavior of kissing her twice. Generally speaking, Amano Yuuma was easy to please. Even a date arranged by a newbie like Hyaudu Is could leave a lasting impression on her, let alone Lin Xiu. After a set of steps, it was already evening. In the evening, carrying large and small bags of clothes, Lin Xiu sent Amano Yuuma back to her home. At the door of the house, Tianai Zima said goodbye to Lin Xiu with a smile. When saying goodbye, Tianai Zima also reminded. Lin Xiu, next time you go on a date, remember to wear the outfit I gave you. Okay, Zaima classmate too, next time you go on a date, you have to wear the clothes I gave you. Lin Xiu also reminded with a smile. That's set. Okay, I understand. Although Lin Xiu didn't mean that, Amano Yuuma still thought of the black lace underwear that Lin Xiu bought for her. Men all like darkness. Amano Yuuma remembered this wise saying. By the way, Lin Xiu, this is today's thank you gift. Before parting, Amano Yuuma took the initiative to hug Lin Xiu and pecked him gently on the face. It was clearly just a light kiss, not even a mouth-to-mouth kiss, but Amano Yuuma was much more shy than when Lin Xiu forcefully kissed her. From now on, Lin Xiu can call me Zaima classmate or Zaima sauce tilde. After saying this, Amano Yuuma buried her blushing face, turned around and ran back to her temporary home. Yuuma-chan. Lin Xiu raised his hand and touched the part that had been kissed by Amano Yuuma as if thinking about something. Before leaving, Lin Xiu took a look at Amano Yuma's house. Using the data eye, Lin Xiu's sight penetrated the magic circle and saw the slender figure of Amano Yuuma. In addition to Amano Yuuma, Lin Xiu also saw two beautiful girls, one tall and one short. These two beautiful girls are just like Amano Yuuma. They are all fallen angels. I remember that the blonde, twin-tailed fallen angel in a maid outfit was called Middlet, and the blue-haired, queen-like fallen angel in a cheongsam was called Kalvana. They also have Orpheus's snakes on them, just like Linali. It seems that the evil group has already reached Juwang Town. I must become stronger as soon as possible. The old Demon King faction may attack me at any time. Taking a last look at the room, Lin Xiu saw Amano Yuuma walk into her own room and change into the black lace underwear he bought for her. It seems that Amano Yuuma is indeed in need of love. Lin Xiu chuckled, shook his head, and turned to leave. After returning home, Lin Xiu continued to exercise and practice the use of the magic weapon as usual. The strength of a peak lower-level demon is not enough to safely survive the early stages. At the very least, the strength of the body must reach the level of an intermediate demon, and the Forbidden Hand must be successfully developed. A chance to defeat Tyrannosaurus without any damage, just enough to deal with Kirkball. But now, Lin Xiu also needs to deal with the Demon King of the old Demon King faction, and the opportunity to defeat Tyrannosaurus without any injury is a bit stretched. Although Gurifia and the others will most likely take action to resolve this, I don't want to rely on others for my fate if possible. I must break through as soon as possible. With the idea of becoming stronger as quickly as possible, Lin Xiu began to train like crazy. It's not just about training your body and swordsmanship, but also about training your magic power and how to use it. Lin Xiu was very satisfied with this body that had been strengthened by pure demon blood. It was very good and powerful. After his magic power was exhausted, although he was tired, he was able to cheer up and continue training his body and swordsmanship. All these characteristics reminded him that he had now transcended the realm of ordinary humans and had become an extraordinary creature. While exercising, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound. Ding tilde. The host's willpower and strength have been detected to be up to standard, and the system is being upgraded. System upgrade successful. Congratulations to the host for enabling the copy world function. The time ratio between the dungeon world and the real world can be freely adjusted between 1, 10, and 10, 1. The host can enter the dungeon world for 12 hours per day. A copy world. Can I also trigger system tasks in the dungeon world? Lin Xiu asked the question that concerned him most. Ding, even in a dungeon world, the host can trigger system tasks normally. Okay, that's good. How do I get to the dungeon world? Even if he couldn't trigger the system task, Lin Xiu really wanted to go to the dungeon world. Because a time ratio of 10, 1 is equal to 10 times the practice time. Even if you can only enter the dungeon world for 12 hours a day, that's 5 times the training time. Bite. The host's strength has been detected as a low-level demon, extracting the primary dungeon world. Congratulations to the host for opening the primary instance, Apocalypse World. Host, are you going to the dungeon world now? Yes. Ding, heading to the world of Apocalypse. the host will acquire an identity similar to but different from the original protagonist. After the story begins, the host will awaken memories from another world. Can memories only be awakened after the story begins? Lin Xiu frowned. He certainly didn't want to affect the plot after it had already begun. Ding. Although the host cannot awaken memories in advance, they can set the direction of action for their unawakened memories, thereby changing the past plot to some extent. Oh, can the past plot be changed according to the direction I set? That's quite thoughtful. Lin Xiu was very satisfied with this function. Before officially opening the dungeon world, please select your own initial abilities. The Apocalypse world is a primary world. The host can choose to carry 2 initial abilities or 2 opportunities to use the full power of the body. System, can I choose an initial ability first, and then choose the remaining one when I need it? Lin Xiu didn't want to be stuck on a fixed initial ability from the beginning. If an option can always be retained, it means that Lin Xiu can choose the ability he needs at any time. Can. The host not only selects one initial ability before starting, but can also exchange an initial ability space for an opportunity to use full strength when needed. The system is quite user-friendly in some aspects. As long as the total energy consumption does not exceed the specified range, everything is fine. If the host needs to fill the initial ability space to quickly become stronger, you can also choose to capture the heroine. Each time you conquer a female protagonist, the host will gain an initial ability space. There are certain requirements for capturing the heroine's favorability, and it is not enough to establish a real relationship. Please consider your actions carefully when capturing her. Can I gain ability slots by conquering heroines? So, as long as I conquer more heroines, I can maintain the same peak combat power as in the DxD world. Touching his chin, Lin Xiu quickly made a decision. I've chosen to take the enhanced slime suit first, and I'll use the remaining space when needed. Lin Xiu's first choice was neither the Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet nor the pureblood Leviathan bloodline, but the enhanced slime suit. The Red Dragon Emperor's gauntlet and pure-blooded Leviathan bloodline can only be used by himself, and his performance in protecting others is not so impressive. The enhanced slime suit is different. In addition to Lin Xiu's favorite erotic function, the enhanced slime suit also has powerful combat functions. First of all, the enhanced slime suit can exert considerable power even if the user has no magic power. Secondly, the enhanced slime suit can be divided. As long as Lin Xiu is willing, he can give it to anyone he approves of at any time. Even the enhanced slime suit can self-clean, purify toxins, and regulate temperature, making it truly omnipotent. It would be absurd not to bring such a useful tool. After asking for some more relevant information, Lin Xiu finally completed all the settings before crossing. Bite, heading to the dungeon world, Apocalypse World Beginner difficulty. Initial ability, enhanced slime suit. The remaining initial ability spaces can be exchanged or converted at any time. Pre-awakening action mode. Mode 1, try to interact with all the heroines. You can actively create events that increase favorability, but do not engage in direct interaction. Mode 2, when the heroine is likely to interact with any opposite S*X, it needs to be stopped. Mode 3, if possible, try to resolve the issue of Miyamoto Rei being threatened by Shido Koichi. World travel. Begin. After a moment of trance, Lin Xiu's figure instantly disappeared from the spot. Bite. The crossover was successful. Please complete the main quest of the Apocalypse world as soon as possible. Main Mission 1. Build a shelter with the strongest possible shelter capacity within 6 months blue. Note, the more heroines you take in, and the greater the total number of people, the higher the bonus. Main Mission 2. Kill as many zombies as possible within 6 months, no specific level, depends on the actual number. Note, when the number of zombies killed is 1, 100, 10,000, 1 million, 100 million, etc., which are multiples of 100, you can get different levels of rewards. In the world of Apocalypse on the rooftop of the school, Lin Xiu gradually regained consciousness. All of a sudden, a large amount of memories flooded into Lin Xiu's mind. Bite. The crossover was successful. Please complete the main quest of the Apocalypse world as soon as possible. The results of the pre-awakening action mode are as follows. After traveling through time, you live next door to the protagonist, Takashi Kimuro, and the protagonist, Rei Miyamoto. Because your parents died young, your neighbors, Ai Kimuro and Kuriko Miyamoto, take good care of you. You and Miyamoto Rei grew up together. After junior high school, you began to actively contact Takagi Seiya and gained another junior high version of a childhood sweetheart. When you were playing at Takagi's house, Takagi Seiya's mother, Takagi Yuriko, always looked at you as if you were her future son-in-law. After entering high school, you not only excelled in academics, but also joined the school's kendo club. Although you were no match for the club's leader, Siko Busujima, you continued to challenge her. In your second year of high school, you discovered that your childhood sweetheart, Rei Miyamoto, seemed unhappy. After a few seconds, the memory was received and Lin Xiu had a general understanding of his situation. Because the course of action had been set long ago, Lin Xiu's actions before awakening his memory were quite conservative. He was just creating scenes of contact with the heroines and had no intention of pursuing them. On Busujima Siko's side, Lin Xiu joined the kendo club and became the second in command of the kendo club. Although he was no match for Busujima Siko, he was still far superior to ordinary people. As for Seiya Takagi, Lin Xiu often competes with her in performance and discusses questions, but overall, Seiya Takagi still looks that tsundere. On the other side, Lin Xiu would get injured from time to time due to kendo training. As the school doctor, Shizuka Juchuin would often apply medicated wine to him, and the two were very familiar with each other. The most important one belongs to Rei Miyamoto. After reading the memories related to Miyamoto Rei, Lin Xiu was stunned for several seconds. Because it is an evil protagonist system, Lin Xiu, like Kimuro Takashi, became Miyamoto Rei's childhood sweetheart. Because Lin Xiu has excellent academic performance and outstanding kendo skills, Miyamoto Rei has had a very high degree of favorability towards Lin Xiu since childhood. But that's where the bad part lies. When the favorability reached a certain level, Miyamoto Rei chose to confess her feelings actively. Then, because of the initial setting that one cannot be too intimate with someone of the opposite S*X, Lin Xiu naturally rejected Miyamoto Rei. Therefore, Lin Xiu and Miyamoto Rei have actually already laid bare all their cards. Luckily, Miyamoto Rei hasn't thought of finding a fake boyfriend to annoy me yet, otherwise, I would definitely give her a good slap. Lin Xiu has never had any resistance to drawing Miyamoto Rei, because Miyamoto Rei deserves a beating and she needs to be beaten hard. If you don't beat her, her eyes won't be clear. After roughly understanding the situation, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound in his mind. Bite. Congratulations to the host for triggering the main storyline mission, Escape from Fujimi Academy. Task level, green. Mission description. After seeing the zombie invasion scene on the rooftop, the host broke into Miyamoto Rei's class and forcibly took her out. Today, the ordinary everyday world has become an apocalyptic world, and all worldly concepts will change. Everyone will prioritize protecting their own lives. Mission requirements. Escape from Fujimi Academy with the person you care about. Note, the more people you bring, the more heroines you have, and the higher the bonus. During the time when Lin Xiu awakened her memory and triggered the system task, Miyamoto Rei, whose wrist was held by Lin Xiu, struggled violently. Xiu-kun, if you don't explain to me clearly why you forcibly took me out of the classroom, I'm going back to continue my class. The reason why Miyamoto Rei said this was because Lin Xiu suddenly rushed into her classroom and forcibly took her out. As a good student, she certainly could not accept this kind of skipping classes. As soon as Miyamoto Rei finished speaking, two male classmates ran out from the rooftop door, panting. Lin Xiu and Miyamoto, let's go back to the classroom. The teacher is furious. The first male student who ran over was named Jing Haeyang. In the original storyline, Jing Haeyang was Miyamoto Rei's boyfriend. However, now, he is just an ordinary male classmate who often takes the initiative to talk to Miyamoto Rei. Yeah, Tilda Lee and Xiu, let's go back quickly. Tilda behind Igo, Kimuro Takashi said breathlessly. Lin Xiu glanced at Jing Haeyang and Kamuro Takashi. Judging from their daily behavior patterns, they undoubtedly like Miyamoto Rei. Otherwise, why would they chase after Miyamoto Rei after seeing her being brought out by him? Before Lin Xiu opened his mouth to explain, the screams around him answered their questions. A mentally ill person has entered the school. He's biting people. Call the teacher. Ah, he's dead. He's dead. No, those guys aren't dead. They're still moving. Don't get close to them. If you get bitten, you'll turn into one of those moving corpses. Could this be the reason why you brought me out, Xiu-jun? Miyamoto Rei swallowed hard, and the look she gave Lin Xiu instantly became as docile as a cat. Ah, that's right. From today on, the world will change completely. Lin Xiu said seriously. As soon as Lin Xiu finished speaking, Jing Haeyang let out a painful roar. Because he was closest to the rooftop entrance, he was chosen as the first target by a zombie hiding behind the door. Don't come over here. Enduring the pain of his flesh being torn apart, Jing Haeyang wanted to push the zombie back to the rooftop. But he was surprised to find that the strength he had lost was so great that even if he tried with all his strength, it was of no use. Get out of here. Kamuro Takashi plucked up his courage and kicked the zombie in the back, kicking him off the rooftop gate. Bang tilde, as the zombies were kicked out, Lin Xiu seized the opportunity and locked the rooftop door. Seeing that the door was locked, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Only Lin Xiu did not stop. Instead, he picked up a baseball bat and slowly walked towards Jing Haeyang. Looking at Lin Xiu's calm gaze, Jing Haeyang broke out in a cold sweat. Lin Xiu-jun, what are you doing? Mr. Jinghao, you just saw it. These moving corpses are just like the zombies in the movies. In the movie, if a companion is infected with the zombie virus, what should the rest of the people do? Lin Xiu replied calmly. Jing Haeyang broke out in a cold sweat instantly. Say, maybe the government will develop a vaccine? Lin Xiu-jun, please don't come near me anymore. I will find a place to stay by myself. Please don't come near me anymore. Hey, this is murder, Miyamoto-san. Help me persuade Lin Xiu-kun. The character of Jing Haeyang in this world is significantly different from that of Jing Haeyang in the original plot. In the original plot, Jing Haeyang was outstanding since childhood, and he became gentle and aware when he grew up. But this Jing Haeyang is different. After he developed some feelings for Miyamoto Rei, he realized that no matter his grades, looks, popularity with women, or strength, he was not qualified to compare with Lin Xiu. A man's jealousy is at its peak when he is competing with another man. Jing Haeyang, who is inferior to Lin Xiu in every way, chooses to stab the villain silently. Therefore, he has developed such a personality that is completely different from the original plot. Hearing Jing Haeyang's cry for help, Miyamoto Rei just bit her red lips lightly, looked at Lin Xiu hesitantly, and said nothing. At this time, it was Kamuro Takashi who stood up. Xiu, should we lock him up first, just in case there's some way to save him? Hearing this, Lin Xiu immediately asked back. Okay then, are you willing to be locked up with him? Are you willing to keep watch over him? In response, Kamuro Takashi could only remain silent. Miyamoto-kun, aren't we friends? Are you just going to watch someone die without helping? And Kamuro-san, don't worry, I will never hurt you. Can you help me stop Lin Xiu first? Lin Xiu, don't take revenge on me just because I like Miyamoto-san. In the face of death, Jing Haeyang revealed his truest side. Lin Xiu did not show any emotion about this. Is this your last words? After saying this, Lin Xiu swung the baseball bat and smashed it down. Bang! White and red intertwined. Brain matter exploded. A perfect fan-shaped streak was left on the rooftop wall. Aigui, graduate. Let's go, Kamuro-san and Miyamoto-san. After killing Jing Haeyang, Lin Xiu walked past the two of them and opened the lock leading to the large platform at the top of the roof. Xiu, what are you doing? Miyamoto Rei was very confused. What am I doing? Of course I'm getting rid of harm for the people. As he spoke, Lin Xiu swung the baseball bat and smashed another zombie's head. Bang, 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 bang. Under the life-doubting gazes of Kamuro Takashi and Miyamoto Rei, Lin Xiu danced on the rooftop like a dancer walking in a rain of blood. The headless zombies fell down one by one quickly, and the rooftop quickly became quiet. I'm leaving the rooftop, Miyamoto-san and Kimuro-san. If you want to leave the rooftop too, just follow me and don't wander around. From the unfamiliar name Miyamoto-san, it can be seen that before awakening her memory, Lin Xiu was not very close to Miyamoto Risey. Of course, after all, they had been childhood sweethearts for so many years, so Lin Xiu wouldn't just abandon these two people here. However, Kimuro Takashi obviously did not appreciate it. Xiu, is this your true self hidden beneath your daily life? Killing, violence, is this what you seek? I know that violence is necessary when facing danger, but is it necessary to kill every zombie you see like this? Since he has never been threatened by zombies himself, nor has he killed anyone with his own hands, the current Kimuro Takashi is much more indecisive than in the original plot. No, to be precise, Kimuro Takashi had become indecisive a long time ago after he realized that he was not qualified to be compared with Lin Xiu. Lin Xiu glanced at Kimuro Takashi. Unlike Igo, he did not want to kill Kimuro Takashi. At least he can't be killed here, and he can't be killed in front of Miyamoto Rei. Mr. Kimuro, do you know why you can talk to me here? Lin Xiu smiled slightly. Because I am a human being and, moreover, an acquaintance of yours. That is why you can say such things to me. If you don't like my style of doing things, you can just take action on your own and deal with the zombies in your own way. As for Miyamoto-san, if you'd like to come with me, please follow me, Tilda. After saying that, Lin Xiu turned and walked towards the gate of the rooftop. Here. Miyamoto Rei glanced at Kimuro Takashi, who was still standing there, swallowed her saliva, and hurriedly caught up with Lin Xiu. Filial piety, sometimes such sacrifices are necessary. After saying this, Miyamoto Rei looked at Kimuro Takashi deeply and hurriedly followed Lin Xiu. Just then, another exclamation was heard in the already chaotic campus. This voice is... Lin Xiu looked in the direction where the voice came from. He was so familiar with this voice. This is the voice of Shizuka Marikawa, the female school doctor who often rubs medicinal wine on him. Miyamoto-san, let's go to the school infirmary. Having said that, Lin Xiu did not hold Miyamoto Rei's hand, but just let her follow behind him. Things that come too easily will not be cherished. Like Kimuro Takashi, Miyamoto Rei has not yet completed the awakening from ordinary student to ordinary person struggling to survive in the end times. Before Miyamoto Rei completes her awakening, Lin Xiu does not insist on licking her and forcing Miyamoto Rei to accept his help. Coming, Miyamoto Rei replied hurriedly. Although Lin Xiu's head explosion just now scared her and made her panties wet, she knew very well that it was safest to stay with Lin Xiu. Thinking of this, Miyamoto Rei suddenly felt strange. Although the amount was not much, she was indeed incontinent when Jing Haeyang was killed. Why? My panties don't feel wet at all now. Instead, they feel dry and comfortable to the extreme. In this way, Lin Xiu was killing people in the front, and Miyamoto Rei was following quickly behind, and the two of them rushed to the school clinic at an astonishing speed. As he was killing, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt again. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the second main mission. Kill as many zombies as possible within 3 months. Completion stage. Stage 2, kill 100 zombies. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, Immortality Green, Advanced Immortality. Even if the head and heart explode, the creature can maintain its vitality for a long time. As long as someone provides timely treatment, it can be perfectly resurrected. Oh, apparently this is an advanced mission. Lin Xiu suddenly felt extremely motivated to kill zombies. On the other side, in the school clinic, Busujima Siko inserted the wooden sword into the wooden table and pierced through it with one stroke. Cough, cough, cough. A mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth, staining the ground red. Busujima Siko could clearly feel that her vitality was gradually fading away. I didn't expect Miss Marikawa Shizuka to have such a small wound. Damn it, it's all my fault for not being observant enough. Originally, Busujima Siko was cleaning up zombies, but who knew that the person she was protecting behind her turned into a zombie and bit her hard. Otherwise, with her ability, as long as she performs normally, she will definitely be able to leave the school. Sitting paralyzed on the ground, Busujima Siko's consciousness gradually faded. When her consciousness was about to completely fade away, a familiar figure flashed before Siko Busujima's eyes. Did I have any hallucinations before I died? However, it is really wonderful to be able to see Lin Xiu before I die. The next second, Busujima Siko felt a warm big hand. How come I can still feel it? Are the hallucinations before death so real? Busujima Siko was not wrong. At this moment, Lin Xiu was putting his hands on her well-trained long legs. Through Lin Xiu's big hand, the black enhanced slime symbiote is madly pouring into Busujima Siko's body. The enhanced slime suit has the effect of purifying toxins, and the zombie virus is also a type of toxin. 10 seconds later, under the siege of the symbiotes, the zombie virus was quickly eliminated. Soon, Busujima Siko regained consciousness. Looking at Lin Xiu in front of her, Busujima Siko was stunned for several seconds before realizing that she was not hallucinating. Lin Xiu-jun, what just happened is... Bujima-senpai, you can think of this as my special ability to purify the zombie virus. Is that so Lin Xiu-kun? You are as trustworthy as ever Busujima Siko touched her lower abdomen. So, she was not wrong just now, Lin Xiu-jun did inject something into her body. Looking at the blonde-haired thunder zombie in front of him, Lin Xiu sighed. So, it was Dr. Marikawa who bit Busujima-senpai? Yes, that's right, it's school nurse Marikawa Shizuka, but now she has turned into a zombie. Busujima Siko's expression was complicated and sad. Don't worry, Busujima-senpai, it's just something like this, there's still time. As he spoke, Lin Xiu kicked his legs hard and kicked the zombie-like Marikawa Shizuka into the chemical preparation room next to him. Lin Xiu-jun, what do you mean? Busujima Siko opened her beautiful eyes slightly. Lin Xiu meant that Marikawa Shizuka could still be saved. Generally speaking, people who become zombies are already dead. However, Lin Xiu happens to have the ability to resurrect the recently dead. As long as the soul and body are roughly intact, Lin Xiu can use the true devil chess piece to resurrect it. It just so happens that as a member of the protagonist group, Shizuka Marikawa's luck and soul strength are much stronger than ordinary people. Bujima-senpai, I will try to rescue school Dr. Marikawa next. While I'm doing this, please, Senior Dokujima, guard the door and don't let anyone in. As he said that, Lin Xiu walked into the chemical preparation room. Okay, no problem, Busujima Siko said with confidence. She could feel that after being infused with something by Lin Xiu, she had been reborn. In the chemistry preparation room, Lin Xiu completed the demon reincarnation in half a minute and pulled Marikawa Shizuka back. Bite. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a follower, Shizuka Marikawa. The dependent Marikawa Shizuka has obtained the innate ability, Healing Field. Healing Field, you can throw out a healing field at will. Allied units within the healing field will be healed, while enemy units will be subject to certain restrictions. Sure enough, the awakening of the true devil chess piece's abilities will differ depending on each person's talent. Lin Xiu originally planned to leave immediately after reincarnating Marikawa Shizuka, but after the resurrection, Marikawa Shizuka was extremely dependent on him and lay on him at the first moment. Therefore, Lin Xiu had no choice but to give up the idea of going out immediately. Xiu-chan, it's so great to see you in heaven. Shizuka Marikawa was confused about the situation for a moment. She only knew that she was very happy to see Lin Xiu again. After knowing the pain of separation, Juchuan Jinxiang hugged Lin Xiu and took her into her broad arms. Xiu-chan, I've always liked you. Xiu-chan, who always works so hard, is so adorable. Xiu-chan, you should like me too, right? Otherwise, why do you always come to me and ask me to apply medicine every time you get hurt? I know that every time I apply the medicinal wine, Xiu-chan's eyes are always focused on my chest. Lin Xiu didn't expect Juchuan Jinxiang to be so bold. That's right, Shizuka, I like you too. Seeing that Marikawa Shizuka had said this, Lin Xiu also revealed his true feelings. Xiu-chan finally called me by my name, I'm so happy Tilda. Juchuan Jinxiang hugged Lin Xiu with a smile and kissed her actively. After coming to his senses, Lin Xiu did not hesitate and took the initiative. He lifted the back of Marikawa Shizuka's neck with one hand and began to dribble the ball skillfully with the other hand. Taking into account that 2 of the initial ability spaces have been used up, exchanged for the reinforced slime suit and the true devil chess piece, respectively, and the ability spaces are in short supply, Lin Xiu also tends to supplement them on Shizuka Marikawa. The slime suit continued to flow, wrapping up the 2 of them. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the acquisition of luck. Source of luck, Shizuka Marikawa. Blank initial ability grid +1, the current total number of initial ability spaces is 3. Time was short and the task was heavy, so Lin Xiu had no intention of holding back. After only a dozen minutes, Marikawa Shizuka's already fleshy belly was filled up, and she fainted with her eyes rolled back. Pictured is Siko Busujima, the other side. After watching Lin Xiu enter the chemical preparation room, Busujima Siko looked around with a wooden sword in hand. The purple-haired beautiful girl's mouth curled up unconsciously. Kill, kill, kill. Now that the world has become like this, she no longer has to suppress the violent desires in her heart. Busujima Siko, besides being a young lady, is also a girl with a strong desire to abuse others. Sizzle! Dark red blood sprayed into the air, and waves of blood rain fell. After obtaining a partially enhanced slime symbiote, even if Busujima Siko does not have superb swordsmanship, the increase in her physical fitness alone is enough to roam the world of apocalypse. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In front of the chemical preparation room, Busujima Siko was killing the corpses that came one by one, like a ballerina dancing in a rain of blood, until, more than 10 minutes later, Kimuro Takashi arrived late, following the path that Lin Xiu had taken. There was no other way. The path Lin Xiu took had the least zombies and was the safest. Takashi Kimuro arrived late, but he was lucky. Busujima Siko and Miyamoto Rei were guarding the front door. Seeing that Lin Xiu was not there, Kimuro Takashi took the initiative to greet the 2 of them. However, under the dual influence of her own sadistic desire and the strengthened slime symbiote, Busujima Siko has become a bit bloodthirsty. Swoosh. Turning into a phantom, Busujima Siko rushed towards Miyamoto Rei, who was closest to her. Wait, we are humans. Busujima-senpai, what's wrong with you? Miyamoto Rei was frightened by the bloodshot eyes of Busujima Siko. Rei, get out of the way, Takashi Kimuro shouted loudly. However, at this time, Busujima Siko was already bloodthirsty. The purple-haired girl disappeared from her spot in an instant and turned into a gust of wind and attacked Miyamoto Rei. Ah! Faced with danger, Miyamoto Rei exclaimed subconsciously. However, after a few seconds, Miyamoto Rei did not feel any pain. After opening her eyes in confusion, Miyamoto Rei saw a layer of black substance that appeared out of nowhere. Take a closer look. It turned out that the clothes on her body had deformed and turned into black liquid that blocked Busujima Siko's wooden sword. Bang, 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 bang. Busujima Siko continued to swing her wooden sword and attack Miyamoto Rei. Unfortunately, before Busujima Siko learned how to use the slime symbiote, she could not break through the enhanced slime suit's autonomous defense with just the strength from her enhanced physique and the wooden sword. Wow, so amazing. What on earth is this? Looking at the slime battle suit on her body that blocked Busujima Siko's attack, Miyamoto Rei felt an unprecedented sense of security. Busujima Siko continued to swing her wooden sword, until there was a loud bang. The wooden sword was caught by 2 fingers and hung horizontally in midair. The one who caught the wooden sword with 2 fingers was Lin Xiu, who had just fed Juchu and Shizuka. Miyamoto-san, these zombies are attracted to sound. In the future, don't yell when facing zombies. It will only cause trouble for others. Lin Xiu glanced at Miyamoto Rei calmly and said, Xiu-kun, it's great that you're here. After being scolded by Lin Xiu, Miyamoto Rei was not angry at all. Instead, she became even more obedient and submissive. I can only say that Miyamoto Rei is just like that, and you can't be too nice to her. All right, Busujima-senpai, stop messing around. Lin Xiu caught Busujima Siko's rapidly attacking calf and then took over the enhanced slime symbiote in her body. The next second, Busujima Siko's eyes became clear again. I am, Busujima Siko frowned. Why was her wooden sword caught by Lin Xiu's fingers? You're out of control, Busujima-senpai. After releasing the wooden sword, Lin Xiu gave an order directly to Miyamoto Rei. Miyamoto-san, Busujima-senpai and I will clean up the zombies attracted by the sound. Go hide in the chemistry preparation room first and take care of school Dr. Ju Chuan who hasn't woken up yet. Okay, I understand. Although she was being ordered around in an imperative tone, Miyamoto Rei was not angry at all. Instead, she felt much more at ease and hurried towards the chemistry preparation room. Rei, don't listen to him. After getting up from the ground, Kimuro Takashi shouted loudly. The Lin Xiu of today is no longer the Lin Xiu we knew. He must have turned into some kind of advanced zombie. Run, the farther the better. Just now, Miyamoto Rei closed her eyes out of fear, but Kimuro Takashi saw it clearly. When he arrived in front of Miyamoto Rei, the black slime liquid behind Lin Xiu had not been completely collected. Kimuro Takashi has seen zombie movies. In the movie, humans like Lin Xiu, who are powerful and have strange auras, are all advanced zombies that have evolved human intelligence. Lin Xiu raised an eyebrow. What Kimuro Takashi said was true in a sense. Miyamoto Rei glanced at Kimuro Takashi, then at Lin Xiu, and hesitated for a few seconds. Takashi, the zombies just broke out in the school. They shouldn't evolve into advanced zombies so quickly, right? In the end, Miyamoto Rei did not choose to open her mouth, but instead showed a smile that was as obedient and cute as possible. He knew that what Kimuro Takashi said was most likely true. However, as long as Lin Xiu still maintains his consciousness, does it matter whether he is a human or an advanced zombie? Looking at Miyamoto Rei's gentle eyes, Lin Xiu smiled gently and turned to look at Kimuro Takashi. Kimuro-san, are you going to run away or are you going to attack me? Whatever you choose, I have no problem with it, as long as you can bear the consequences of your choice after making it. Lin Xiu's words were equivalent to acknowledging what Kimuro Takashi had just said. Of course I choose to stay. Kimuro Takashi frowned fiercely. Even if he wanted to leave, he couldn't leave now. Miyamoto-san, what about you? Lin Xiu turned to look at Miyamoto Rei again. Miyamoto Rei pursed her red lips and replied softly, Of course I'm willing to stay with Xiu-jun. Although Xiu-kun and Dudao-senpai are very powerful, they can't do everything for them personally. I want to stay by Xiu-kun's side and help you with some chores. Although Miyamoto Rei's statement was a bit clumsy, Lin Xiu still considered her to have passed. Okay, Miyamoto-san, go carry school nurse Marikawa on your back. I really don't have time to take care of her right now. Lin Xiu looked around. Just now, Miyamoto Rei's scream attracted a lot of zombies. Zombies in different worlds have different habits. The zombies in the world of Apocalypse, scientifically known as necromancers, are a type of zombie that is attracted to sounds. Bujima-senpai, I want you to hold my hand and eliminate the zombies that are attracted here. Can you do it? As he spoke, Lin Xiu picked up a metal rod and stretched out his hand towards Busujima Siko. Okay, no problem. Busujima Siko smiled slightly and took Lin Xiu's hand. Holding Lin Xiu's hand, the enhanced slime symbiote in Busujima Siko's body was instantly activated. The bloodthirsty desire that had been suppressed just now returned, and Busujima Siko almost lost control of her body. Lin Xiu held Busujima Siko's fair and tender hand tightly, his voice firm and unquestionable. Control it, don't let it control you. This way, you are the one using the power, not the beast controlled by it. Okay, I'll do my best. Busujima Siko smiled knowingly and tried her best to control the enhanced slime symbiote in her body. The reason why Lin Xiu asked Busujima Siko to hold his hand and destroy the zombies was to train Busujima Siko and let her control the symbiote and her own killing desire through actual combat. He didn't object to Siko Busujima having a bloodthirsty nature. However, she must not be controlled by this instinct. Busujima Siko also understood this, so she in turn held Lin Xiu's hand tightly. Busujima Siko didn't say anything about following Lin Xiu because she had already made her choice with her actions. Holding Lin Xiu's hand, Busujima Siko and Lin Xiu walked slowly in the corridor. Busujima Siko holds a wooden sword and Lin Xiu holds a metal rod, and the two look extremely well matched. However, Lin Xiu picked up this metal rod not to use it as a weapon, but to attract zombies. Ding! In Lin Xiu's hand, the metal rod made a series of knocking sounds, attracting all the zombies in the building. Busujima Siko held Lin Xiu's hand, controlling the symbiote in her body while eliminating the zombies with amazing efficiency. Just like a couple taking a walk on a rainy day, the two of them strolled leisurely through the academy filled with zombies. Bang! Kicking open the locker that was blocked by the table, a panicked girl with pink hair and twintles appeared in front of Lin Xiu. The pink-haired girl is named Takashiro Seiya and is Lin Xiu's second childhood sweetheart, whom she is not very familiar with. The reason I say I'm not very familiar with her is because Seiya Takagi is a tsundere. Although she cares about Lin Xiu very much, she is always waiting for Lin Xiu to take the initiative to get close to her. As for Lin Xiu, due to the setting before he traveled through time, he would not take the initiative to get too close to a beautiful girl, so the two of them, who would not take the initiative to get too close to each other, have been put on hold until now. If they hadn't sat at the desks in front and behind each other in junior high school, perhaps the relationship between Lin Xiu and Takagi Seiya would be more distant than it is now. Bang! Seeing the cabinet being kicked open, Takagi Seiya held a short stick and hit the outside of the cabinet in panic. However, a hand she was quite familiar with grasped the short stick. Seiya Takagi looked up and saw a peerless young man bathed in sunlight. Dong tilde tilde tilde. Blood flowed throughout her body along with her accelerated heartbeat, and Seiya Takagi's delicate face turned slightly red. Lin Xiujun. Is that Lin Xiujun? Why does she always feel that Lin Xiujun is different now? Lin Xiujun, did you come here specifically to see me? Thank you. I will definitely work hard to repay you. Takagi Seiya stretched out her hand towards Lin Xiu, looking at her with anticipation in her eyes. Lin Xiu understood what Takagi Seiya meant and took the initiative to pull her out of the cabinet. What a pity. After being pulled out of the closet, Takagi Seiya's shyness disappeared when she saw Busujima Siko standing next to Lin Xiu. Takashiro-kun, I'm Siko Busujima, the captain of the Kendo Club. I remember your family has some influence in Bedmaster City, right? Would you like to join us in searching for your family? Busujima Siko invited Takagi Seiya. Oh, please let me come with you if you can. After being reminded by Busujima Siko, Takagi Seiya finally gave up the idea of looking at handsome guys. Now, there are more important things than looking at handsome guys. Seiya Takagi clapped her cheeks a few times and regrouped herself. Lin Xiu-kun, Dudao-san, please give me your guidance. Seiya Takagi looked at Busujima Siko with a sharp gaze. Really, women's eyes are all the same, and the probability of a good man not being targeted by other women is really too small. In the school clinic, everyone gathered. When Seiya Takagi saw Rei Miyamoto and Shizuka Marikawa, she felt even more pressured. What's wrong with Lin Xiujun? Why is he picking out beautiful girls to save? And not a single guy? The end of the world has just begun, and you're already thinking about building a harem. Seeing Lin Xiu coming back, Miyamoto Rei took a breath, hesitated for a moment, and then spoke with a little disappointment. Xiujun, Zio just bandaged his wound and left. He said he didn't want to stay here and wanted to go find his family. Lin Xiu glanced at the lost Miyamoto Rei and chuckled. It's okay if Kamuro-san leaves, as long as you choose to stay, Miyamoto-san. It was his own choice to leave. Everyone has the right to make their own choice, and we must respect that. Lin Xiu knew that Miyamoto Rei was only disappointed on the surface. This is an emotion that all normal human beings have. This kind of guilt is a normal reaction after people make selfish choices. However, this is the extent of Miyamoto Rei's guilt. If she was really in extreme pain, she would not choose to stay here. In a short period of time, Miyamoto Rei has comprehended the basic laws of the apocalypse. The weak must depend on the strong. Well, Xiu-kun, I understand, and I respect Zio's choice. My choice is different from Zio's. I choose to stay with Ziyujun. Since I have made the choice, I must be responsible for it. So, I will do my best not to hold Ziyujun back. After being enlightened by Lin Xiu, Miyamoto Rei felt much better. Miyamoto Rei's words. She expressed her reluctance to see Kamuro Takashi leave, received comfort from Lin Xiu, and finally, expressed her loyalty in not wanting to leave. It can be said that after this speech, Rei Miyamoto completed her own sublimation. Therefore, there was only one thing that concerned Miyamoto Rei, the smell of Shizuka Marikawa. While taking care of Shizuka Marikawa, Rei Miyamoto noticed that Shizuka Marikawa's skirt was gradually getting wet, and drops of white liquid kept flowing out. The white liquid seemed endless, and she wiped it for a long time but couldn't wipe it clean. In the end, it was only when Shizuka Marikawa woke up, took a shower, and changed her clothes that the problem was solved. If she guessed correctly, the white liquid belonged to Lin Xiu. Could it be? Lin Xiu and Zhuchuan Jinxiang had done it in the school clinic long before the zombie crisis broke out. Otherwise, based on the time when the zombie crisis broke out, how could there be so many white symbiotes in Shizuka Marikawa's body? So, the next step is to find a car and go to my dad's place, right? Seiya Takagi adjusted her glasses. Within a few minutes, she figured out her own position and the position of everyone in the group. Lin Xiu is an all-round boss. Siko Busujima is the one who takes charge of the force. Miyamoto Rei is the one who does the hard work. Shizuka Marikawa is the supporting role, and she is the think tank who helps Lin Xiu come up with ideas. Just now, teacher Zhuchuan said she has the key to the school bus. Lin Xiu, what do you think about us leaving school by bus? Takagi Seiya gave Lin Xiu a questioning look. Okay, just take the school bus. After making the decision to take the school bus, Lin Xiu seemed to hear something and looked down. Boom! The next second, there was a roar of engines coming from the underground parking lot. It seems someone has already gotten there first. And judging by the sound of the engine, the car they drove away was a school bus. What should we do? We don't have the keys to the other vehicles. Seiya Takagi frowned fiercely. It's okay, we can just go straight down. They are blocked at the exit by the zombies attracted here. As long as we express our willingness to clear out the zombies, they will open the door on their own initiative. Lin Xiu made a decision quickly. Okay, I understand. This is the only way. Everyone hurry down. Lin Xiu-kun and Dudao-san, please clear the way. Seiya Takagi nodded, understanding that time waits for no one. Click tilde. After the door opened, everyone came out one after another. It didn't take much time for Lin Xiu and his group to rush out of the teaching building. Because just now, Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko had cleared out almost 80% to 90% of the zombies in the entire teaching building. On the school bus, Shido Koichi widened his eyes and watched in disbelief as a group of people rushed from the teaching building to the garage entrance. The purple-haired kendo girl walked in the front, standing alone against 10,000 men. No matter what kind of zombie it is, once it enters the attack range of the purple-haired girl, its head will be cut off instantly and it will fall to the ground. It's just that the pretty boy next to her that makes Shido Koichi a little unhappy. How can they be so clingy? They dare to hold hands even when facing zombies. What are student couples thinking these days? Under the gaze of Koichi Shido, the group rushed to within a few dozen meters of the garage. Then, the boy whom he regarded as a gigolo spoke. Open the door. We will clean up the zombies, and in exchange, open the door and let us in. Okay, as long as you clear out the zombies first, I'll open the door. Zai Tenghei opened the window and replied loudly. Hearing this, Lin Xiu shook his head. No, open the door first and let some people go up. After the zombies are cleared, let the other people go up. If you don't agree, we'll leave. You can probably tell that with our strength, we can definitely get out of the school. Once we're out of the school, any normal survivor will let us get on the bus. Lin Xiu looked like he was about to turn around and leave. Seeing Lin Xiu and his group were about to leave, Zai Tenghei could no longer sit still. Okay, send some of your men over first. We'll be ready to help you open the door. Shido Koichi knew very well that the other party might not need their car. But they really need each other to deal with the zombies blocking the car. You guys go ahead, Siko, and I will be here soon. I understand, Lin Xiu-jun, you have to be careful. Bang. The metal rod in Lin Xiu's hand made a knocking sound. The distant and loud knocking sounds echoed, instantly attracting the attention of a dozen zombies in front of the car. Walk. Seiya Takagi and others seized the opportunity and broke in from the side with Rei Miyamoto and Shizuka Marikawa. The school bus door opened, and the three of them got in smoothly. Walk! Almost at the same time they got in the car, Shido Koichi stepped on the accelerator. The problem was solved, and the zombies were attracted away. There was no need for him to let anyone get on the bus anymore. Boom! The throttle is fully opened, and the engine roars. The school bus knocked away the scattered zombies still lying on the windows and finally rushed out of the garage. Little devil, good luck to you. When driving past Lin Xiu, Shido Heiai's face was full of expression, and his smile was more relaxed than ever before. Busujima Siko frowned and stared at the school bus that was gradually moving away. Lin Xiu-jun, what should we do? Do you want me to throw a knife and puncture the tires of the school bus? No, thanks. Lin Xiu smiled slightly. Look, hasn't the car stopped? Lin Xiu pointed in the direction of the school bus. Busujima Siko looked over and saw that, sure enough, the car was gradually slowing down and then stopped in the middle of the school. At this time, on the school bus, bang! Shizuka Marikawa picked up the fire extinguisher and smashed it hard on Koichi Shido's hand that was holding the steering wheel. Hiss! It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Shido Koichi's expression was distorted, and his whole face was about to turn into wrinkles. Teacher Juchuan, why did you hit my hand? Koichi Shido really couldn't understand how the seemingly weak Shizuka Marikawa could burst out with such powerful strength. What am I doing? I'm parking the car and letting Lin Xiu-jun get in, Marikawa Shizuka said as a matter of course. The next second, she continued to smile gently and then raised the fire extinguisher in her hand and smashed it down again. Koichi Shido hurriedly left the driver's seat to avoid the fire extinguisher. Seeing that Shido Koichi admitted defeat, Marikawa Shizuka smiled slightly and took the initiative to sit in the driver's seat. Dr. Juchuan, aren't you afraid of killing everyone in the car? Shido Koichi shouted sternly. Hearing this, Takagi Seiya adjusted her glasses. According to our agreement, the car should not start until everyone is on board. If we don't keep our promise, won't everyone on the bus feel unsafe? Seiya Takagi could see that Koichi Shido, as a teacher with driving skills, had already established initial prestige among these students. So, she chose to directly attack Shido Koichi's base. As she said, no one wants to follow a leader who doesn't keep his promises. Anyone following such a leader could be sacrificed. Noticing the change in the student's eyes, Shido Koichi snorted coldly and tacitly agreed to Marikawa Shizuka taking over the driving rights. Click, the door opened, and Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko quickly caught up and entered the school bus. After getting on the school bus, Lin Xiu heard the system prompt sound. Bite! Congratulations to the host for completing the main storyline mission, Escaping from Fujimi Academy. Mission requirements: escape from Fujimi Academy with the person you care about. Task level: green. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, Doomsday All-Terrain Armored Vehicle. Apocalyptic All-Terrain Armored Vehicle. Developed specifically for the apocalypse by a wealthy individual, this vehicle has a maximum capacity of 20. After system modifications, it features a diesel, electric, and magical three-wheel drive system, a wealth of integrated circuits, and numerous modern amenities. Note, the system only provides the coordinates of the armored vehicle. The host needs to go there to claim the reward. Seeing the apocalyptic armored vehicle rewarded by the system, Lin Xiu's expression instantly became subtle. My goodness, isn't the system too stingy? He actually needs to go and claim it in person as a reward? Anyway, let's show the coordinates of this apocalyptic armored vehicle on the map first, tilde, Lin Xiu said in his heart. Bite. The coordinates of the armored vehicle have been displayed. These coordinates are very close to the airport. I remember there was a plot character named Minami Rika near the airport. Perfect, I can take her with me when we go get the armored vehicle. With Lin Xiu's strength, he certainly doesn't need an armored vehicle to protect himself. The main reason he wanted to obtain this armored vehicle was for its symbolic significance. In the future, he will definitely build his own shelter. Placing such a large item in the shelter will greatly enhance the deterrent effect and the ability to stabilize the interior. Looking around, Miyamoto Rei saw an old acquaintance. Filial piety, Miyamoto Rei never expected that Kamuro Takashi not only managed to walk out of the teaching building, but even got on the school bus. Korea. Kamuro Takashi looked at Miyamoto Rei with complicated eyes, then looked at Lin Xiu and let out a long sigh. Takashi, I'm glad you're okay. Miyamoto Rei nodded, then sat down next to Lin Xiu. Now that Kamuro Takashi is fine, her psychological burden is lighter. As expected of the male protagonist, he was able to walk out of the teaching building even after being injured. Is this what they call world protection? Interesting. Lin Xiu glanced at Kamuro Takashi and found that Kamuro Takashi was also looking at him. Their eyes met in the air. Lin Xiu did not retreat, but it was Kamuro Takashi who took the initiative to retract his exploratory gaze. When Kamuro Takamasa was feeling sad, a hand was placed on his shoulder. Looking back, it was Shido Koichi. Kamuro-san, right? The teacher has actually been keeping an eye on you. Many students have developed psychological problems since the zombie crisis. How about some tutoring? If the teacher is not mistaken, you seem to have a conflict with that classmate named Lin Xiu. It seems that he is not only the type to be rude to teachers, but also to classmates. That won't do. When the apocalypse arrives, we should all be friendly and help each other. So, would you like to tell the teacher about your troubles? Kamuro Takashi hesitated for a few seconds, but finally spoke. Teacher, you should also know that Lee is my childhood sweetheart. As for Lin Xiu. When Takashi Kamuro expressed his true feelings, Seiya Takagi is thinking about her next course of action. Takashiro-san, I'm so glad you're okay. Under Seiya Takagi's puzzled gaze, a little fat man walked up to her and scratched his head embarrassedly. You are? Takagi Seiya Yanya laughed. She felt that the little fat man in front of her looked very familiar. However, she couldn't remember the classmate's name no matter how hard she tried. She only remembered that he was a classmate. Takashiro-kun, don't you remember me? I'm Hirano Toda. After you hid in the closet, Takashiro-san, I was the one who led the zombies away, right? Hirano Toda looked at Takagi Seiya in disbelief. He tried his best to protect Takagi Seiya, but she didn't even know his name. Is that so? Sorry, maybe it's because I hid in the closet and could only hear the sound of the zombies hitting the closet, so I didn't see what you did, Hirano-san. Didn't see it? That's it. Hirano Toda gritted his teeth and stared at Takagi Seiya, hoping she would give further answers. Well, Tilda, anyway, thank you very much, Hirano-san, for leading the zombies away. Thank you very much. If Hirano-san needs anything in the future, I will do my best to help you. Seiya Takagi wrote a blank check. After all, she couldn't write a real check. Really? Then Takashiro-kun can be my friend. Hirano Toda got stuck in the middle of his words. Like a prey targeted by its natural enemy, Hirano Toda felt cold all over and couldn't stop shaking. The little fat boy raised his head and looked tremblingly at the source of the oppressive feeling. Lin Xiu. The person staring at him, causing him to lose his voice instantly, was none other than Lin Xiu. After just a glance, Hirano Toda huddled into a ball and never dared to look up again. Toda-san, right? Lin Xiu smiled. Although you didn't go back to find Seiya, but got on the school bus by yourself. However, objectively speaking, you did help Seiya. If you hadn't lured the zombies away, Seiya might not have survived until I arrived. But that's all your kindness to Seiya goes for. If you really wanted to rescue Seiya, why did you leave her alone in the closet? Lin Xiu's words made Takagi Seiya frown fiercely. Tilda, according to Hirano Toda, he led the zombies away on his own and never came back. How could such a person have the nerve to say that he saved her? If Lin Xiujun hadn't opened the cabinet, she probably wouldn't have been able to get out of the teaching building. After thinking everything through, Takagi Seiya stood up and bowed slightly to Hirano Toda. Hirano-san, although you chose to leave afterwards, you did lead the zombies away from me. This is a favor that must be repaid. If I could return home, I would definitely find a way to repay you, Hirano-san. Yes. Hirano Toda didn't say anything, but nodded with tears in his eyes. Lowering his head, Hirano Toda covered his eyes with his hat, because if he doesn't do this, everyone will see his bloodshot eyes. You're kidding, I saved her. Not only can you not repay me by being my girlfriend, but you can't even be my friend? As expected, be all like gigolos, they're all in the same group. He said he would repay me when he got home, but it was all empty promises. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. In fact, if it weren't for Lin Xiu, Hirano Toda would not feel offended by Takagi Seiya's words. He knew that Seiya Takagi was usually like this. However, the usually arrogant Takagi Seiya acts like an obedient baby in front of Lin Xiu. This attitude deeply hurt Hirano Toda. Your white moonlight goddess will not be arrogant when facing handsome guys and rich men. Instead, she will put aside her self-esteem and pursue them just to become their toy. After realizing this, most men will break down. But, although Hirano Toda was extremely angry, he had no intention of continuing to pester Takagi Seiya. There's nothing I can do about it, he's just such a cowardly man. While thinking about when to go to the airport, Lin Xiu suddenly felt a pair of eyes watching him. Although it was only a moment, that look was filled with extreme malice, so much so that Lin Xiu looked behind him the moment he noticed it. After turning around, Lin Xiu and Zai Tenghaiy's eyes collided in the air. Hiss! Zai Tenghaiy's heart stopped instantly. He never thought that Lin Xiu would look back at this time. Shido Koichi. Right. Lin Xiu stood up and slowly walked towards the car behind. Shido Koichi? When Zai Tenghao heard Lin Xiu address him, he frowned for a moment. Student Lin Xiu, have you forgotten what the school taught you? Respecting teachers is a basic quality for a student. Although Shido Heiai was shocked by Lin Xiu's martial arts, he still mustered up the courage to ask Lin Xiu to respect him. He knew that if he retreated in the confrontation with Lin Xiu, he would lose more of his voice. Oh, respect your teachers. Lin Xiu smiled and shook his head, then slowly unbuttoned his school uniform jacket. Wow, Tilda. The next second, Lin Xiu suddenly exerted force and threw the coat out. Due to Lin Xiu's extremely exquisite strength, the thrown coat perfectly covered Shido Heiai's head. What are you going to do? After losing his vision, Shido Koichi fell into unprecedented panic. Due to some past experiences, he hated the feeling of losing vision the most. However, a big hand held down his head, making it impossible for him to take off his coat no matter how hard he struggled. What am I going to do? Of course, I want to help you recall the scene of that night and show you how much I respect my teacher. Lin Xiu smiled slightly and picked up a fire extinguisher with a noticeable dent. That night, it was you, so. It was you who did this to me that night? Shido Koichi thought back to a few months ago. That day, he was returning home safely, but on the way, someone kicked him into an alley. Before he could see who had attacked him, he was put into a sack and severely beat. The most important thing is that after beating him up, the other party also threatened him to give up the idea of attacking Miyamoto Rei. At first, he thought it was Miyamoto Rei's childhood sweetheart, Kimuro Takashi, who did it. After all, Lin Xiu had always been very gentle in school. Now it seems that the person who attacked him at that time was Lin Xiu. Hearing the conversation between Lin Xiu and Shido Koichi, Miyamoto Rei covered her red lips with tears in her eyes. She was asking why Shido Koichi had a bruised face for a while. She was talking about why Shido Koichi gave up the idea of threatening her and thus clamping down on her parents. It turned out that Lin Xiu had secretly gone to see Shido Heiai. He went to see Shido Heiai for her. Miyamoto Rei shed tears out of emotion and guilt. On the other side of the school bus, Kimuro Takashi was also stunned. He was asking why Shido Heiai was targeting him so much. It turned out that he was taking the blame for Lin Xiu. Originally, Kimuro Takashi would never sympathize with someone like Shido Koichi, but since he was the one who took the blame for Lin Xiu, that's another matter. After thinking about it, Kimuro Takashi finally gave some advice. Xiu-kun, we still need manpower now. Should we keep teacher Zai Teng here? After all, Mr. Zai Teng is one of the few people who has driving skills. Hearing this, Lin Xiu turned to look at Kamuro Takashi and smiled brightly. Originally, if Kamuro Takashi had been obedient, Lin Xiu would not mind sparing his life for Kamuro AI's sake. But now, since Kamuro Takashi wants to join forces with Shido Koichi to fight against him, don't blame him for not remembering the friendship between their childhood sweethearts. When facing a dispute, Kamuro Takashi's position is very clear as he does not stand on the side of his childhood sweetheart, but on the side of his enemy. Kamuro-san, are you pleading for Shido Koichi, the man who bullied you? You don't think I don't know what you're thinking, do you? You want to team up with Shido Koichi to go against me? Is this how you treat your childhood sweetheart? Looking at Lin Xiu's calm eyes, Kamuro Takashi suddenly felt a little scared. Lin Xiu, you're not planning to attack him, are you? Wait, Xiu-jun, aren't we childhood sweethearts? You're not going to attack me. My mother takes such good care of you, how could you? Bang! Before he could finish his words, Lin Xiu slapped Kamuro Takashi in the face. Light! Under Lin Xiu's tremendous force, Kamuro Takashi's neck directly rotated 720 degrees. Kamuro Takashi's bizarre death pose caused several female students to scream. However, Lin Xiu only glanced at them briefly, and they quickly covered their mouths, fearing that they would make any more noise. On Shido Koichi's side, recalling the fear of being dominated by Lin Xiu and seeing Kamuro Takashi being easily defeated by Lin Xiu, his psychological defenses were finally broken. Don't! Lin Xiu-kun, I was wrong. It's my fault. I shouldn't have targeted Miyamoto Rei-san. And I shouldn't have retaliated against Kamuro Takashi-san. I will drive well, I will listen to you carefully, so, do you know you're wrong? Lin Xiu chuckled and shook his head. You don't know you're wrong, you just know you're going to die. Bang. With another loud bang, Lin Xiu smashed the deformed fire extinguisher on Zai Tenghei's head for the second time. Shido Koichi's body stiffened for a moment, then gradually became limp. Bloodstains. Red blood oozed from the back of Shido Koichi's head. Fortunately, Lin Xiu had covered himself with his coat in advance, so the blood did not flow all over the floor. Teacher Zai Teng, now you can finally stop making mistakes. After saying that, Lin Xiu opened the rear window, threw Kamuro Takashi out first, and then threw Shido Koichi out. Pa. After rolling several times on the ground, the bodies of the two men finally came to a stop. Several roadside zombies were attracted by the collision sound of the corpses and pounced on them immediately. Bite! Congratulations to the host for completing his previous life's goal, killing Shido Koichi personally. Congratulations to the host for receiving the reward, the evil protagonist's speech, green. Speech of the evil protagonist, green. When you are giving a speech, the audience will be infected by your emotions and will be more accepting of the content of the speech. The more excited you are during a speech, the louder your voice is, and the more confident you are, the more recognition you will receive. Seeing Lin Xiu throwing Zai Tenghei out, everyone swallowed hard. When all the students were silent, a beautiful girl with long flaxen hair excitedly hugged Lin Xiu. The girl not only hugged him, but also offered her red lips. Xiu-kun? Miyamoto Rei frantically grasped Lin Xiu's breath, wanting to express her love and gratitude to Lin Xiu. It turned out that without her noticing, Lin Xiu had been silently protecting her. Lin Xiu didn't kiss Miyamoto Rei for long. After just a dozen seconds, Lin Xiu let go of Miyamoto Rei, who was still responding frantically. Okay, Lee, I still need to talk to everyone about serious matters, so please restrain yourself for a moment. Miyamoto Rei lowered her head and replied softly. The fact that Lin Xiu was willing to call her Lee was enough to make her so excited that she couldn't sleep tonight. After glancing at the people who dared not speak, Lin Xiu stood in the middle of the school bus. Everyone, the peaceful daily life we used to have is completely gone from us. Previous laws and morals are completely obsolete. You and I must adapt to living in a new worldview. In today's world, survival is the most important thing. To survive, you need water, food, and even more, strength. We need to build new structures to help us access the resources we need to survive. Lin Xiu's speech lasted 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, these students had a personal understanding of the situation they were facing. Before, they still kept thinking in the mindset of students. Now, after changing their way of thinking, they realized how lucky they were to be with Lin Xiu. Lin Xiu's willingness to say this means that Lin Xiu is willing to assume the responsibility of a leader. In the end times, it is so reassuring to have a leader like Lin Xiu. At least, as long as you listen to Lin Xiu, you won't be kicked out of the car. At least, as long as you listen to Lin Xiu, you can greatly improve your survival rate. Now that the world has become the apocalypse, living with a leader who has both leadership and personal military power seems not bad. After giving the big stick, Lin Xiu also did not forget to give a sweet treat. Shizuka, drive to the Bed Master Hotel. We'll rest there and collect supplies. Yes, understood. Shizuka Marikawa smiled adorably and stepped on the accelerator to the bottom with her jade feet in red high heels. Ong. The engine roared, and it sped away with Lin Xiu and his group. Half an hour later, the school bus stopped in front of the Bed Master City Hotel. Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko rushed out from the front and back and quickly wiped out the zombies in front of the hotel. Next, we will collect and organize the materials. There are many supermarkets and supporting living facilities near the Bed Master Hotel. My classmate Dudo and I will first eliminate all the zombies inside. Takashiro-kun, you will be responsible for assigning tasks to everyone. Have everyone organize and classify the collected supplies and store them in a safe place. Yes, everyone, please gather here first. I will assign different tasks based on your sports performance. Seiya Takagi adjusted her glasses and raised her hands to indicate her location. Seeing that Takashiro Seiya quickly entered the working state, Lin Xiu nodded with satisfaction. As long as Takashiro Seiya's head was not confused, her leadership was the best here. The next second, Lin Xiu looked at Miyamoto Rei and Marikawa Shizuka again. Rei, you and Shizuka go find a map. See if there's a suitable island or village nearby. After collecting the supplies, we will use school buses to transport them to the target islands or rural areas. It's clear that modern metropolises can't sustain our lives forever. We need to find safe areas where we can carry out agricultural production. Yes. Miyamoto Rei raised her hand and replied excitedly. By the time Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko finished killing the zombies and everyone had collected supplies, it was already evening. In the lobby of the Bed Master City Hotel, where the door was blocked, everyone gathered together. Looking at the various supplies piled up in the hotel lobby, everyone smiled sincerely. Next, we will distribute the meals and register the various supplies. Takashiro-kun, I'll leave this task to you. Is that okay? Yes, no problem, leave it to me. Seiya Takagi stood at attention, and the thunder in her chest shook. In just one afternoon, her leadership skills grew significantly. Although there are still some shortcomings, as long as she discusses with Lin Xiu, she can always complete the task well. By the way, Lin Xiu-kun, this is the list and detailed information of the people you and Busudao-san rescued in the hotel and the mall. I have already compiled it all. Seiya Takagi took out another booklet. Lin Xiu flipped through the booklet. The registration information was very detailed and clear. These people will eat after we finish our meal. After dinner, I will assign them different tasks based on their identities and information. Oh, there's another county council member named Yukinishida. I'll have a private conversation with her later. Seeing the counselor with the surname Yukinishida, Lin Xiu paid special attention to him. It was a pity that the counselor did not have a daughter named Yukino or Haruno. While eating, the new member looked at Lin Xiu and his group who were eating and kept swallowing his saliva. As adults, they knew very well that everything in the past had become a thing of the past, and that boy named Lin Xiu was the guarantee of their future life. Half an hour later, Lin Xiu and his group had eaten and drunk their fill. Okay, you can eat now. After dinner, we will assign everyone a room. After getting Lin Xiu's permission, everyone was calm and lined up in an orderly manner under the arrangement of Takashiro Seiya. Adults who have experienced the world are more useful than students. As long as they are given a stable environment, they can quickly adapt and participate in the workforce. After dinner, under the instructions of Seiya Takagi, everyone cleaned and tidied the hotel rooms and placed the remaining supplies in the designated area. Night. After rejecting the request of the female counselor, named Yukinashita, to sleep with him, Lin Xiu pulled Juchuan Shizuka into his room. Late at night. Miyamoto Rei used the door card to find Lin Xiu's room. Looking at the clothes, stockings, and high heels scattered on the floor, and then looking at Shizuka Marikawa, who was already asleep on the bed, Miyamoto Rei swallowed hard. "Lee, you're here." On the bed, Lin Xiu rested her head on Marukawa Shizuka's big thunder and greeted Miyamoto Rei. He was well prepared for Rei Miyamoto's arrival, because he personally gave Miyamoto Rei's room card to her when he took the opportunity to arrange the leader's room cleaning task for her. Xiu-kun. After spending the afternoon and evening together, Miyamoto Rei found that she had a new understanding of Lin Xiu. However, instead of feeling scared, she liked Lin Xiu even more. That's why she took the initiative to come to Lin Xiu's room today. Looking at Miyamoto Rei, who was about to take off her clothes, Lin Xiu smiled and waved her hand. "That's it, Lee. I like to see you in a sailor suit. I like to see girls swaying on me, showing off their most beautiful postures." "Yeah." Miyamoto Rei replied softly. The youthful JK girl climbed onto Lin Xiu, kissing her while lowering her slender waist. "Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the acquisition of luck." Source of luck, Miyamoto Rei. Blank initial ability grid +1, the current total number of initial ability grid spaces is 4. As the symbiote continued to penetrate deeper, the girl's plump thighs trembled uncontrollably. Miyamoto Rei's crystal white toes kept curling and stretching in her black silk stockings, stretching the black stockings. As the symbiote completely merged with it, Miyamoto Rei and Lin Xiu interlocked their fingers, her eyes rolled up uncontrollably, and tears of happiness flowed from the corners of her eyes. Pictured, Minami Rika the next day. Early in the morning, after finishing their meal, the group continued to act according to the plan made yesterday. Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko first cleared today's jungle area, and then Takagi Seiya assigned everyone the task of collecting supplies. Unlike yesterday when he only collected water, food, and other supplies, today, Lin Xiu expanded the scope of supplies to include medicine, energy, tools, seeds, fertilizers, and so on. After clearing the corresponding area, Lin Xiu and Juchuan Jinxiang got on a collected motorcycle. Takashiro-kun, while Shizuka and I are away, the management of this place will be handed over to you and Busujima-senpai. I'll be back tomorrow morning at the latest. If you have any questions about management, you can discuss it with Ms. Yukinashita. If you need force, you can look for Siko and Rei. Yesterday, Lin Xiu also reincarnated Miyamoto Rei as a demon, and also shared the powerful spear talent called Heavenly Spearmanship. Miyamoto Rei is now definitely the strongest person in the shelter besides Lin Xiu and Busujima Siko. "Okay, I understand. Leave it to me." Seiya Takagi raised her eyebrows and looked at Rei Miyamoto in confusion. She remembered that yesterday, Lin Xiu had called Miyamoto Rei Miyamoto-san. Why was she calling her Rei now? Moreover, looking at Rei Miyamoto's appearance, she seems to be much more beautiful than yesterday. Could it be that Miyamoto Rei has already? Damn Miyamoto Rei, taking advantage of her while she was working hard, right? When she thought of this possibility, Seiya Takagi's delicate face turned red. She suddenly regretted focusing so much on the shelter's affairs. After explaining what needed to be explained, Lin Xiu sat in the middle of the motorcycle, and Juchuan Jinxiang sat in the front of the motorcycle, and the two sped away. Woo-woo-woo-woo. On the road, Shizuka Marikawa felt the strong wind blowing in her face and Lin Xiu's dribbling skills, and shouted excitedly. Originally, Lin Xiu didn't plan to take her with her. However, after hearing that Lin Xiu was planning to go to the airport and was also going to look for Minami Rika, Marikawa Shizuka insisted on following him. After giving the reason that Minami Rika would find it difficult to agree to go with Xiu-jun without me, Lin Xiu finally decided to take Marikawa Shizuka with her. "Xiu-chan, there is a little child on the wall not far ahead." Behind Lin Xiu, Juchuan Jinxiang reminded. "Yes, I know, I've seen her." Even without the data eye, Lin Xiu's perception was sharper than Marikawa Shizuka's. How could she not see the little lowly trembling on the wall? If it's just one person, we can still bring him along. Normally, Lin Xiu doesn't bother to care about these things. He was driving a motorcycle, so he had no time to care about others. However, if it's just a lowly, it's okay to bring her along. What's more, Lin Xiu had already recognized her identity through the strength of her soul. This little lowly with brown-red hair is named Siri Alice. She is the little lowly with a very mature mentality among the protagonists of the original plot. The other side, airport. A dark-skinned lady with wheat-colored skin was lying at the sniper point, constantly sniping at the zombies that were blocking the plane's flight path. Bang, bang, bang. As the sniper rifle continued to hit, Minami Rika's chest wrapped in the black uniform kept shaking, which in a sense acted as a shock absorber. Under Minami Rika's sniping, the zombies on the airport runway were quickly cleared out. The zombies have been cleared, and people can be assigned to clean the runway. After clearing the zombies, Minami Rika reported to her partners and superiors through the tactical headset. "Okay, I'll report right away. Chief Police Officer Minami, you can take a rest first." On the rooftop, Minami Rika's sniper observation partner Tajima replied. "Ong." Outside the airport, the roar of a motorcycle attracted Minami Rika's attention. There is no way. In today's world, there are very few people who dare to step on the accelerator so ostentatiously. Minami Rika was very interested in this, so she hurriedly took out her observation telescope and looked towards the target location. Then, she saw a scene that shocked her. A teenager is riding a heavy metal Harley motorcycle, holding a blonde Harley-Davidson in front of him, and there is a child with reddish-brown hair behind him. What kind of combination is this? A sandwich combination? Wait, why does that blonde cow look so familiar? Nan Lixiang has really broadened her horizons. However, before she could carefully confirm the identity of the blonde cow, a cry of surprise came from the tactical headset. "Captain Nanli, look at the sky. The sky is dark, something is approaching the airport. It's bats and crows. So big, so fast." As Minami Rika raised the telescope, she heard Tajima's screams. "Damn it, have birds turned into zombies too? That means planes aren't safe anymore." People who were boarding the plane rushed out of the plane frantically, trying to get back to the waiting hall. Bang! Tilde bang 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 bang. A large number of zombie bats and zombie crows crashed into the tempered glass outside the waiting hall, deepening the cracks. It was here that the roar of a motorcycle caught their attention. After cutting open the barbed wire outside the airport, a heavy metal motorcycle sped across the airport runway in broad daylight. "Zaya Oxiang, where are you?" On the motorcycle, Shizuka Marikawa stood up and called out her best friend's name loudly. This sound is. Hearing this familiar voice, Nan Lixiang shuddered and quickly turned the telescope. Damn, it's that blonde cow. It's okay that she's brainless, but does the person leading her also have no brains? Making such a loud noise is simply courting death. Minami Rika hurriedly picked up the sniper rifle and prepared to snipe to cover Marikawa Shizuka. Then, she realized that she had completely overthought. Faced with the swarming zombie bats, the boy on the motorcycle stood up and drew the long sword at his waist. Pa 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 pa. Like hail on a rainy day, the black-haired boy's sword light formed an absolute defense net, completely isolating all the zombie bats outside. F***K, is this a human? In the end, Minami Rika could only give this evaluation. After coming to her senses, Minami Rika hurriedly joined in the fight against the lost bat. However, she didn't aim at the little bats. She was aiming at the giant bat that was leading the group. Bang! The sniper bullet fired and streaked towards the giant bat. With Rika Minami's sniping skills, she can easily hit the target even if it is a moving target. However, this target is not just a dynamic target, there are also a large group of small targets around it. After passing through more than a dozen small zombie bats, the sniper bullet had lost most of its kinetic energy. In the end, the bullet that hit the giant bat only left a crater. It's just okay like this. What made Minami Rika most upset was that the giant bat had already noticed who was behind the attack and was rushing towards her. Looking at the giant bat rushing towards her and the small bats surrounding it, the corners of Minami Rika's mouth twitched slightly. Completion. She could still give it a try if it was just one giant bat, but facing a giant bat surrounded by countless small bats, she could only wait for death. While Minami Rika was standing there in a daze, a young man jumped directly in front of her from an observation port several meters high. WTF? The observation port is over 10 meters high. Under Minami Rika's shocked gaze, the young man raised the sword in his hand and then suddenly threw it out. Swish! The long sword pierced through everything, passed through countless small bats, and hit the giant bat that was approaching rapidly. Without any suspense, the next second, the giant bat's head fell off. Blood splattered in the air, and the giant bat's body fell on the side wall of the building where Minami Rika was due to inertia. Damn, this man is so strong. Minami Rika never thought that she, who had always been strong, would actually develop a little dependence on the opposite S*X. But this feeling seems pretty good. The picture shows the royal princess Kaguya 10 minutes later. Lin Xiu cleared out all the zombies. In the waiting hall, all the passengers and staff who had just gotten off the plane gathered together, looking at the young man in front of them with awe and respect. Could it be that the myths and legends are true, and this young man is a god who came to Earth to save them? The scene where Lin Xiu instantly killed the plot bat was so shocking that they had to come up with such an idea. Ding tilde. Lin Xiu placed the sword in front of him, looked around, and spoke slowly. My name is Lin Xiu, and I'm currently managing a shelter with Yukinishida County Councilor. Who's the boss here? Seeing Lin Xiu being so rude to the royal family, a middle-aged woman who looked like a secretary showed dissatisfaction. However, before she could say anything, she was driven away by a black-haired girl with a Jai-style hairstyle. Don't be rude to this gentleman. After sending the secretary away, the black-haired girl in an elegant kimono bowed gracefully to Lin Xiu. I am Huang Shenalai, and I am temporarily managing this airport with the permission of my uncle. Master Lin Xiu, what brings you here? Huang is the surname of the Fuso Emperor's lineage. In other words, you are a member of the royal family? Lin Xiu glanced at Huang Shenlei. Well, it is exactly the same as his impression of the Emperor Camel in the world of Code Geass. P.S. I won't be describing too many characters outside the world of Apocalypse. I'm just looking for a mascot for the expansion of power. There will be some upgraded zombies, but they won't be too strong. Within 15 chapters, you can fight monsters and collect girls at the same time. After collecting them all, you will return to the DxD world. Yes, I am indeed a member of the royal family. I wonder what brings you here, Master Lin Xiu. Do you wish to contact the government or the self-defense forces? Huang Shenlei maintains the dignity and demeanor that a member of the royal family should have. No, Lord Kaguya. Lin Xiu smiled slightly, revealing his true intentions. I'm here to protect you. As a member of the royal family, it is too dangerous for you to stay in an airport where you could be attacked by zombie bats at any time. For your own safety, please come back with me to my sanctuary, okay? Anyone with a discerning eye knew that Lin Xiu, who had just been asking who was in charge, couldn't possibly be here to protect Kaguya. However, no one dared to say anything. Some people even thought that what Lin Xiu said made sense. If it really came down to safety, there was no place safer than with Lin Xiu. Master Lin Xiu's advice makes sense. However, I wonder if Master Lin Xiu would be willing to have a long talk with my uncle. We can contact my uncle at the airport, and we'll get a reply in half a day at the latest. The uncle that Emperor Camarilla mentioned is none other than the current Emperor of Fuso. I believe that with Lord Lin Xiu's leadership and personal abilities, he will be able to play a greater role with my uncle. Kaguya planned to test whether Lin Xiu respected the royal family. If he had no intention of replacing the royal family, she could introduce him to her uncle. Let's talk about the contact later. I think it's better to protect Lord Kaguya now, isn't it? Lin Xiu did not respond to Kaguya's move. That's true. Uncle is very busy, so we should not disturb him easily. Kaguya pursed her red lips and had to give up her original idea. This person is. Suddenly, Lin Xiu caught sight of a beautiful young woman who looked very familiar. Aunt Miyamoto Kuriko. After being named by Lin Xiu, a beautiful woman with a sexy figure and a face that was 70% similar to Miyamoto Rei stood up. Xiu-jun, is it really you? I thought I was seeing things. Where's Li? How is she now? Kiriko Miyamoto was concerned about her daughter's safety first. Losing that fake husband who loved men was nothing, but if she lost her own daughter, she was really afraid that she would not be able to bear it. Don't worry, Aunt Kiriko. Rei is fine now. She's in my shelter. Lin Xiu glanced at Miyamoto Kiriko briefly, and his expression became more subtle, because he found that Miyamoto Kiriko seemed still pure. System, is this also your doing? Lin Xiu couldn't help but ask. Ding. The system only cut off the possibility of marriage for Miyamoto Kiriko and others. As for the birth of Miyamoto Rei, that was the inevitable direction of the world. At the appointed time, Miyamoto Kiriko and the others will become pregnant even without a man. I see tilde. Lin Xiu was very satisfied with the statement that Miyamoto Kiriko and others will become pregnant due to fate. After thinking for a while, Lin Xiu said to Miyamoto Kiriko, Aunt Kiriko, it's almost evening now, and it's inconvenient to move around at night. Tomorrow, after daybreak, we can go see Rei with Miss Kagure. Okay, I understand, Lin Xiu-jun, I want to go with you. Miyamoto Kiriko nodded hurriedly. Lin Xiu did not intend to abandon the airport directly. However, considering that flying is no longer safe nowadays, the role of this airport has been greatly reduced. Therefore, Lin Xiu's final arrangement was that the hundreds of people at the airport could go back with him if they were willing, but if they were not willing, it was up to them to decide for themselves. Night. Minami Rika fell asleep with mixed feelings. She had never imagined that there could be a human being that powerful. She never expected that the man was actually Shizuka Marikawa's man. Damn it, Marikawa Shizuka, you stinky cow, you said you wouldn't look for another man, how could you betray our previous vows? And you turned around and found a young and handsome man. Feeling dissatisfied with Shizuka Marikawa, Minami Rika fell asleep angrily. Late at night. There was a sound from the door, and Minami Rika woke up immediately. However, before she could react, someone covered her mouth. Liar tilde. Shizuka Marikawa smiled and made a hush gesture. Minami Rika's mouth was covered by Marikawa Shizuka, and both of her hands were easily locked by Marikawa Shizuka's one hand. Zaya Oxiang, do you still remember the vows we made? You told me that if I were to find a man, that man must be one who satisfies you. I also said something similar to you. So, today I brought Xiu-chan to see you. As she said this, Marikawa Shizuka smiled and held down Minami Rika, who wanted to resist. Minami Rika was surprised to find that she couldn't break free from Marikawa Shizuka's grasp. Hiss. Ding, congratulations to the host for completing the acquisition of luck. Source of luck, Nan Lixiang. Blank initial ability grid +1, the current total number of initial ability grid spaces is 5. Lin Xiu raised his eyebrows. He came to see Minami Rika just to satisfy his collecting addiction and fulfill Marikawa Shizuka's wish. I didn't expect that Minami Rika has already reached the standard for the strategy. As expected, dark-skinned ladies like Minami Rika are mostly carnivorous. What? Don't you know it's rude to stop at a time like this? Nan Lixiang was displeased with Lin Xiu's sudden stop. So, she flipped over and rode on top of Lin Xiu. It was already the end of the world, and Nan Lixiang wasn't bound by her old ways. In a world where death was a possibility at any moment, she should enjoy herself while she could. Zaya Oxiang, this is really great tilde. Shizuka Marikawa smiled and stroked Minami Rika's long purple hair. She had always been worried that Minami Rika would not be able to find a man in the future. Now, she finally fulfilled her childhood promise. The next day, Lin Xiu was awakened by a rustling sound. When I opened my eyes, it turned out to be Minami Rika. Nan Lixiang woke up at some point and was crawling towards him timidly. Last night, Lin Xiu fell asleep inside Nan Lixiang's body. After waking up, Nan Lixiang was surprised by Lin Xiu's terrifying ability, and she couldn't help but have some small thoughts. Therefore, she was hesitant to straighten her body so that the symbiont could penetrate deeper. Lin Xiu reached out to help Nan Lixiang straighten herself up. As Nan Lixiang's belly bulged again, she breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Xiu couldn't help but reveal a subtle smile. Zaya Oxiang, if you have such needs in the future, you can just tell me directly. There's no need to act like a thief. Lin Xiu's teasing expression made Nan Lixiang's delicate and mature face reveal a rare hint of shyness. Even when she was R*****D by Lin Xiu yesterday, she had never been so shy. HMPH, just by telling you can you satisfy me, let me tell you in advance that I'm very strong. Minami Rika shrugged her slender waist in dissatisfaction. Oh, really? Very strong. Lin Xiu did not comment. You're still a little under the weather because it was my first time yesterday. This time I will definitely let you know how powerful I am. Nan Lixiang grabbed Lin Xiu's collar stubbornly so that she could gain more leverage. Really? Then I can only wait and see. Lin Xiu gripped Nan Lixiang's groin with his thumb and pressed his whole hand down suddenly, causing Nan Lixiang, who was still testing, to roll her eyes instantly. During breakfast, Huang Shenalai and Miyamoto Kuriko got to sit opposite Lin Xiu and looked at Lin Xiu with interest while eating. In any case, the uniqueness displayed by Lin Xiu did indeed deeply attract them. Women are all creatures that admire the strong. The worse the environment, the more women tend to rely on the strong to survive. Now, in this apocalyptic world with the outbreak of zombies, it goes without saying how terrible the environment is. Therefore, even if Lin Xiu had no intention of respecting the royal family, Kagura would be more inclined to rely on Lin Xiu. The reason why ordinary people have to obey the law is not because the law is so noble, but because the country that makes the law has violent organs to force ordinary people to obey it. Lin Xiu possesses such absolute power. He can make everyone, even all the zombies, obey the rules he sets, and she, Huang Shenlei, only needs to be a mascot with some power as before. Lord Lin Xiu, why can't I see Police Chief Nanli? Did you assign her to do an investigation mission? Kagura asked curiously. Well, she is still sleeping in my room now. Lin Xiu spoke nonchalantly about Nan Lixiang's current situation, so that's how it is. Upon hearing this, both Saogami Rakuya and Miyamoto Kuriko had a blush on their faces. They didn't expect Lin Xiu to act so quickly. After thinking for a while, Kagura slowly opened her red lips. Master Lin Xiu, do you like the type of Police Chief Nanli? I know that Master Lin Xiu's powerful genes should be passed on. However, next time, Master Lin Xiu, could you please consider me first instead of Chief Nanli? With the royal blood flowing in my veins, I will surely be able to help Master Lin Xiu give birth to a noble and powerful offspring. Kagura made an explosive statement. Miyamoto Kuriko's smile was a little stiff. She didn't expect that Kagura, who was a princess, would take the initiative to this extent. Lin Xiu smiled and looked up at Kagura. Is it really okay to make this decision without consulting your uncle and the Prime Minister? Of course it's no problem. I've always been a strong-minded kid. Besides, who else is qualified to be Master Lin Xiu's legal wife besides me? With me becoming Master Lin Xiu's legal wife, the people under Master Lin Xiu will be more obedient. Lin Xiu admitted that what Kagura said made sense. Kagura, you are such a smart person. Although your actions are splitting the bets, I recognize your determination. If there's a chance, I'll find a chance to announce this to everyone. Yes, I am honored to have the favor of Master Lin Xiu. Kagura forced a smile. Bet separately tilde indeed, she was placing her bets separately. In today's zombie outbreak, even the royal family may be completely cut off. In order to ensure the continuation of the royal bloodline, it is the correct and normal choice to let the various royal bloodlines marry with the leaders of various factions and place their bets separately. Kagura, as a token of my recognition of your resolve, this is for you. Lin Xiu took out a bloody chess piece. Master Lin Xiu, this is my chess piece. After absorbing my chess piece, you can gain power similar to mine. But in return, your body and soul will become my property. With a soft sound, Lin Xiu placed the bloody chess piece on the table. A power similar to that of Lord Lin Xiu. Kagura opened her red lips slightly, and her watery eyes kept trembling. She just wanted to be a mascot with some power, but she didn't expect that Lin Xiu would be willing to let her gain some of his power. Perhaps this is the king's magnanimity tilde. Master Lin Xiu, you possess the aura that makes you an absolute king in this troubled world. When Kagura reached out to take the chess piece, Lin Xiu looked up at the sky. Coincidentally, Shizuka Marikawa also ran over from a distance. Xiu-chan, something terrible has happened. Bats. And crows, there are more bats and crows flying towards the airport than yesterday. Crow. Kagura hurriedly looked outside the airport. Just as Shizuka Marikawa said, a black swarm of crows is rapidly approaching the airport. Kagura, next, let me use facts to tell you how correct your choice was. Lin Xiu stood up and walked towards the covered bridge slowly. Boost, the next second, the Red Dragon Emperor's caged hands appeared, and Lin Xiu's aura instantly doubled. Lord Lin Xiu, are you planning to handle these things alone? Kagura couldn't help but ask. That's right. At this stage, I'm the only one who can handle it. However, in the future, you will be the ones to deal with these problems. Lin Xiu replied. Boost. Boost, boost, as Lin Xiu walked, his strength continued to improve. When he walked onto the corridor bridge, Lin Xiu's strength had already risen to the upper demon level. A magic bullet the size of a basketball was fired. The next second, with Lin Xiu's arm as the center, a fan-shaped green light cannon shot straight into the sky. Dragon shoot. Wide area scattering version 1 meter, 10 meters, 100 meters, hundreds of meters. After zooming in to hundreds of meters, the green light cannon completely covered the attacking zombie bats. 10 seconds later, Lin Xiu retracted the Red Dragon Emperor's caged hand and calmly walked back to his table. Okay, let's eat quickly. We have to go back to the shelter after dinner tilde. Lin Xiu's tone was quite calm, as if nothing had happened. It took a while for Kagura to come back to her senses. The first thing Kagura did after coming to his senses was to demonstrate the most standard doja posture on the spot, without caring about the dust on the ground. Not caring about the dust on her princess dress, the royal princess of noble blood lowered her head. I, the concubine, the imperial god Li Yi, the princess of a Kishino palace, am willing to serve Master Lin Xiu for the rest of my life. From now on, your husband's life is my life. I hope Master Lin Xiu will show some favor.